got what I need. You look just like the girl of my dreams, and I've been thinking about making you wifey, cause you're just like me.
You know the name, down on my body. When she ride that thing, man, she's moving in a Mozzie. And you know she run shoddy. I call them 10-4 cause they all want copy. I call them 10-4 cause they all want copy. They know I'm litty, so they on my body. Back to back with the different flows. Pick for pick, I got a different pose.
And we're live, Hot Water Podcast, and we got my man 1-800-VIRGILIO here, 1_800_VIRGILIO. Explain to them how you got your name, Virgilio.
Well, that's my government name. That's my real name. It's not like a rap name, stage name. That's actually my real name. So, you know, everywhere I go, people know me as that. So it felt natural. It wasn't like, oh, I see people doing that, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. People just been calling me Virg all my life, so I didn't want to be like, Homicide. My name is, you know what I mean? Brick boy from the block. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's the 1-800 about in there?
1-800 is like tap in, man. Tap in. We got everything over here. We like a call center. Whatever you need, we got it, man. If we can't get it, we're going to point you in the right direction.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A hub. That's what we want to be. We want to be a one-stop shop for everything music, culture, fashion. You know what I mean? Come through. Pull up.
Fact. So you guys have a location or something?
We everywhere. We in New York. That's the location.
Okay.
The streets of New York.
So how long you been making music, man?
We in 2022, 1999, 23 years. We started with Cool Edit Pro, stuff like that. I don't know if you remember, if you guys are old enough to remember that way back then before Pro Tools. It was like a software that was loopy we used to use in the crib and stuff like that. But
no, actually.
Yeah, it's called Cool Edit Pro. It was like they had like this is like way back, 99, 2000, you know what I mean? This is like
I was 1 year old by that point.
Yeah, I was 13. I was 13. So since 13 years old, you know what I mean? We've been banging. I'm a little older.
Okay, cool.
I ain't the young boy on the block, but I got a lot to say.
That's good though, because you're gonna teach us some shit that we don't even know about.
This is true.
All right, cool. So now you started. How old were you? You think you was like 13?
13. Yeah, it was like first. It was the summer going into high school that we really took it serious. Like 13. I'm a October baby. My birthday just passed October 5th. So I'm usually 13. Everybody else, my peers were 14. Is why I'm saying that. Yeah, so we going into high school. Everybody moving with the music and rapping, and we, somebody bought a mic. I don't know who bought the mic. Shout out to whoever bought that mic 22 years ago. I don't remember who it was, but shout out to you. And it wasn't even, it wasn't even a real mic. It was like, remember the mics that plugged into the computer and it had like a
USB
flex
mic?
It was something like that, like a little flex. It didn't even have a pop filter, nothing. It was just a mic. Like you had to really grab it.
Fucking,
bro,
like
we put
a headset microphone.
Exactly, like what the truckers wear.
Yeah.
We put a blanket behind it, and we used to just get busy, and that was the start of it. You know what I mean? We was putting it out for the peers, for people around us. Our classmates would tap in. Whoever was willing to listen, really. The hood was listening. Nobody else was listening to a bunch of kids. It was 8 of us. We was in a group. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brothers. The group no longer, it didn't last long. We, life, you grow old, people move, people pass away. You know what I'm saying? People get locked up, stuff like that.
It's happening to us
already. Yeah. So, but it's always love. It's always love. Lead with love, man. You know what I mean? Because rest in peace, take off, man.
Yeah.
Leave with love. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta leave with love, man. Leave with love all the time. All the time.
Sure. Yeah, man. Stupid ass dice game.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Yeah. I was just looking into that earlier. All right, so do your best you can right now to describe the era, how you grew up. Like, how was it looking around? Like, what were people wearing? What was the technology like back then? Like
1994 was the most vivid memory I have of, like, as a youngster looking outside and saying, what is this? What's going on out here? Because I was 7, you know what I'm saying? So this is a age where mommy's starting to go work because she like, all right, you good now. You know how to make a little cheese sandwich or something. You get hungry. Yeah. Don't answer the door. Don't answer the phone. I was a single child for like 7 years. My little brother's 7 and 9 years younger than me. So I lived alone for a lot, you know what I mean? So once I start coming outside, I start seeing New York City. I'm like, what is this? And then you know what happens? I grew up in Queens.
Okay.
Over there, we got subways on the south side. You know what happens? You go down to the subway, that's a whole nother universe.
A whole fucking other universe.
That's when you really tap into New York City. You're not really from New York City if you don't tap, if you ain't got no wild subway stories. And I'm not talking about surfing and doing all the dumb stuff they doing now. That's not cool. That's not it. I'm talking about just tapping in down there and seeing what's going on and feeling it. It's like the pulse of the city.
That's the nightlife during
It's
the
pulse
day until it's nighttime.
It'll never shut down. I've seen everything down there. It'll never shut down. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say it was just grimy, you know, dirty but clean. It's crazy because you got the shiny suits from that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of glam, but at the same time it was a lot of like, yo, there's drugs everywhere. You don't see that today. You don't walk around the city and see vials and needles and on every corner, everywhere. The trash can right there. They're like, nah, we throwing this on the floor.
They're sprinkled, but I heard
East
back
New York,
in the day,
maybe
used to be
East New York.
crazy.
Yeah. East New York probably still like that, and a couple spots in the Bronx. But Queens is clean now.
Yeah.
I rode through the city. I'm not somebody who moved out and don't go back, don't tap in.
Right.
It's not what it used to be, and I'm glad. I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
sure.
they changed streets names and all that. South Road used to be a red zone. I'm from the South Side, so. People who know South Road what it used to be, and it ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? They changed the name of the street. You don't see what you used to. You see some crazy stuff still, but it was a different era. It was a different. I don't know what changed. I want to say technology, but the people are more friendly now.
Right.
It's a lot more. Hey, how are you? Good morning and stuff like that. It wasn't like that back in the day.
I remember being younger too, because I came from the Bronx. Like it was a very like speak when spoken to type of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you talk too much,
Yeah.
you might become a victim.
You might out yourself. Yeah.
You might say something you wasn't supposed to say, and
Somebody else ain't like that shit.
somebody ain't like it, or somebody hears something you got, and they say, "Oh yeah, hold on, what he say he had?"
That's a up.
So I feel like now with the social media and stuff, everything is like, look what artists got to do. We got to be full transparency. They want attachment to every part of your life. They want to know your history, where you from, what you did, if you really doing this stuff in your music, and if you don't give them something, they tap out. And you want people to tap in. That's the only way you're going to make money in here. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way you're going to get money is people exchanging engagement with you.
Right.
Because I don't like calling people customers when they buy my tape. You engaging with me.
Right.
Because guess what? I support. So when you put your little link up or you put your shirt, your merch or whatever you got, count on me to click.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for this. I'm here to support. If we just interchange the money within each other, we all gonna get rich.
Right.
We all gonna get a bag. You know what I mean? But people lose sight of that. They look at it and say, oh, he's doing better than me. For now. Today, you know what I mean? Tomorrow is you. Tomorrow is the next person. So,
Right.
and every community does it but us. And when I say us, I mean the culture.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like on a local level. On a local level, this is the Wild Wild West.
Most dangerous sport in the fucking industry.
Yeah. This is the Wild Wild West. This is only built for Cuban links. You gotta have thick skin. People ready to slander you at all moments.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't prepared for that, I come from that. That's another part of the growing up, the 90s, is cutting on people and people having thick skin. And now you say something, they might anti-Semitic.
Right.
You say something, you say anything, and if you're too opinionated in today's culture, it could backfire.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's always gonna be somebody that's gonna go against you and say, nah, he's lying, and then bring up some context from 10 years ago and say, look what he said here. This is crazy. This is a crazy time we live in. You gotta be careful what you're doing. I keep an online presence, but I don't get into like politics and opinion because I don't want nobody to make no determination on me based on something I said in a moment.
Right, and it probably doesn't even define
Go listen
you.
to my music. You want to know how I feel? Go listen to my music.
There you go.
This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? You want an opinion? Go listen to the music. It's there. The whole story's there. You can't. There's nothing you gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? But people are enamored with fame and being on video and going viral, and that stuff is toxic, man. You want to talk about toxicity? That stuff is toxic.
That's how they're controlling us.
That's
All
a
right,
fact.
let's go back a little bit. You said you ain't really from the city unless you got that crazy subway story. So
That's a fact.
Let's get to that. Let's hear that.
Yo, my youngest crazy story. One time I was on a train. My mother was on a 7 train going to the old Shea Stadium. We was going to Arthur Ashe, like one of the tennis games or whatever. My mother worked security over there, and we sitting on the subway.
Right.
And back then they had the long seats that was like individual. It was mad long. Like it would be a rail and then like 10 seats and then another rail. And
Like
in between the
benches
poles.
almost,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm sitting across from her. The train is pretty much empty because it's like an early weekend morning. I don't remember if it was Saturday, Sunday. I don't remember. Yo, this old dude pull up next to me. He had to be like 60. At the time, I'm like 5 or 6. And I'm watching him. I'm looking right at him. He's creeping his hand over to me like he was going to grab my leg. I had on shorts. I was mad skinny. I'm a boy. I'm a little child at the time. I see his hand. Yo, when his hand got close to my knee, I slapped it. He reached back. I just slapped her like, what are you doing, bro? Like I'm even though you're like I know to respect my elders. I always been a respectful youth. But I know you about to violate. Why are you? What you trying to do here? What's going on? What you trying to do here? So I slap his hand. He reached back. He don't look at me. He just like he look away. Like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So now my mother didn't see it. So now I'm trying to get my mother attention without making a scene. And it's like four or five other people on the train. Nobody see. I felt like nobody looking at me, right? So I'm like, I'm swinging my legs, you know, because at the time when you sit on the train, you a kid, you could swing your legs off the seat.
Yo, you got me crying right now.
Yo, this is a true story.
Real.
I can't make this up. I'm swinging my legs. I'm trying to draw attention to myself. My mother see me, and she happened to see his hand going like this. She went over there. She slapped him. Bow. That was just crazy because I'm a kid. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I didn't understand the gravity of the moment. I don't know what he was trying to do. He could have been trying to snatch me up. I don't know what he was trying to do. For all I know, the train's about to slow down. He's going to grab me out of there. I don't know what he was trying to do. Right. But instincts kicked in. You know what I mean? South Jamaica Queens. Get up out of here. Yeah. Get out of here, man. Old pedo. But it's a lot of things that happen down there, man. Like girls. I had a girl. Look, I was in high school, and I want to say it's like 02, 03. And this girl, I seen her it was late night. We was a train station in Briarwood in Jamaica. That's my hood. And we waiting for the train. I'm not paying her no mind. I got my headphones on, listening to music. I'm leaving the hood. At the time, I'm living in Brooklyn on Sutter Avenue. Nasty part. Mm-hmm. If you know, you know. Nasty Brooklyn, East New York. She waiting for the train. I'm waiting for the train. Next thing I know, when the train come, she come grab my hand. She walked up to me. She grabbed my hand as the doors is opening. I looked at her, and she just looked like she was like, I don't know what type of time she was on, but she just looked like she needed it. She needed it. And when I say she needed it, I mean like she needed somebody to hold her hand. So I walk on the train with her. She let go of my hand, and she sits right next to me. It's nobody on the train. Nobody. The train is it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Here come Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Apparently, she had a situation with some guys, and they were at the last station. And she just knew that the next train was coming, they was going to be on it. So she got next to me not knowing. She saw me from like way down the platform.
So at the time, you were bigger then? Like you put some muscle on. I was this size. Now? You were that size?
I was this size. Yeah, no, we talking a teenager. I've been this size since, if you know me, you know. I've been 6'2" since 2002. You know what I mean?
Great person to grab a hand.
Yeah, no, I'm probably a lot more heavier now. I was probably skinnier then, but I was a man in a situation where she ain't see nobody.
Right.
So she grabbed my hand. We sit down. And I see the train door, the cart door open, the flap open. And I see Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That's what we're going to call them, two dudes. They walk up. They sit right in front of us. So now I'm like, I already know what's up. Now I'm like, oh, okay. This your man? Like, what's going on here? Like, I was ready to tell son, like, yo, I don't know her. I don't know her, bro. You know what I mean? She just grabbed my hand. But he's sitting there laughing. He looking at her. And, like, it just felt weird. So I'm looking at him like, yo, what's up? You all right? He was like, yeah, nah, we good. You know, we good. And then he just got up and left. And she rode with me all the way to Broadway Junction. And when we got to Broadway Junction, I jumped on the L train. And she went about her way. It wasn't no social media back. It wasn't like, yo, let me get your gram, let me get your... None of that. Yeah. Nobody had you had a cell phone. You was a big-time drug dealer. I knew drug dealers ain't had no cell phones in 2002.
They didn't have no pagers, none of that shit?
They had them, but you wasn't...
You had to be moving for real to have one of those.
Yeah. It wasn't necessary. That's what it is. It wasn't that people ain't had the money to afford it, per se. It was more...
Catch you
who the fuck you gonna call? Don't nobody else got a cell phone, nigga.
You're right.
Nobody else got a cell phone. Why do you need one? For what? For me to call you from the house? I gotta run home to call you, nigga. I might just pull up on you wherever you at.
The fiends damn sure don't got a fucking pager.
Well, back then we had spots. You know what I mean? It was a lot more spots. That's why New York. I feel like that's why New York. That's when New York lost. Like you used to pull up somewhere and see 19 bikes. You knew the gang was in there. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they go that Huffy, the Dino. Yeah, this my man. Such and such. Or you see the ops. Oh, I don't know them bikes.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna look in there. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like it's different. Now I'll be like, yo, where the kids at? Where they be at? They don't be in the streets? When you go to like poverty-stricken hoods, the other day I was driving through like a bad part of Bay Shore. And I'm like, damn, it's mad kids out here. They ain't got nothing to do. Where they going? Mom kicking them out the house. Get out. Mm-hmm. Sick of you banging around in here, flying off of ceiling fans and doing crazy. Get out. Mm-hmm. So they in the streets. But the rich kids, and the in between, they loopy. They get loopy. They find their ways. But it's not what it used to be, man. Even with the poverty, it's not what it used to be. People used to be outside. Mm-hmm. Go to the park, you catch anybody in there. Your mother, your T.I., anybody could be in there. Anybody be in the park watching you like, oh shit, I ain't even see you over there. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where community broke. Mm-hmm. The community ain't what it used to be. We don't even got no like block parties.
Shit, motherfuckers wasn't even trick-or-treating yesterday, bro.
No trick-or-treating yesterday.
Yo.
I got like 3 knocks the whole night. And I had a big bag of candy.
Word
I was
two.
upset, like, damn.
Word 2, that's
Nobody
exactly
came to
what
get
they
this?
said. 3 people came and knocked on their shit also. I didn't get one knock over here, nothing.
And they wasn't even really dressed, the kids that came. I was like, this is trash.
Little ass stupid
Yeah,
mask.
get out of here with your blanket,
And a
man.
blanket, literally.
You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy. It's insane, bro. Like the times have definitely changed OD. That's why it's good to have somebody like you on there. So explain more of like how stuff started to shift into today's era.
Fast.
Right.
Fast. That's the best way to sum it up is because unfortunately for me, I stepped away from the world for a little bit. I took a little trip somewhere, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And when I came back, it was like I came back at a good point though. I came back when Instagram first came out. You know what I mean? The tail end of like when Facebook was still cool.
What year was that?
2011, 2012. I came home 2012.
Okay, 2012.
So around then,
thought the world was gonna fucking end.
Right. So around then, you know, social media was relevant. It was there. It was a tool, but Instagram was still fresh on the block. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the rise of Instagram is really like viral and all of that stuff. That's when it really got bad. You know what I'm saying? We seeing bodies live on TV and. I call it the TV, but it's the same thing. Idiot box. Something that's captivating you, you know what I mean? You're just watching it all day. How many of y'all want to disclose that screen time at the end of the week that Apple gives you and let you know how long you've been on the phone? That shit's scary.
Hefty.
When you do that math and you say to yourself, I'm putting this much time into scrolling through the gram?
It's more hours than they put in work.
So technology definitely, man, changed a lot of stuff, like, and fast, man. Because I remember, like I said, 2002, 2003, we drive around the city. You ain't had no GPS, MapQuest.
Right.
If you didn't know where you was going, you shouldn't be outside.
Right.
Get out of traffic. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you get stuck somewhere, you got to figure it out. That's where you really learn the map in New York City. You learn how to get from the one to this to the A.
Because there was no GPS. You guys was just looking at the city.
We didn't have it. Even if it was, we wasn't gonna have it to have that. Like I remember my first cell phone was like a Motorola StarTAC. It was like the screen on it was like, it was just a line. That was the screen. It was a literal line and words would come across it.
Oh, like a calculator?
Exactly like a calculator, but it was flip and it had a little antenna you popped up. And the battery kind of slid off of it type of, it was big and doofy, bro, but it was a pocket phone. That was the first cell phone I ever had. You had to go get minutes. It was I forgot what it was called. It was called Singular Wireless or something like that. It had like a plus type of symbol. It was weird, bro. It used $20 card. That's when everybody was like, yo, call me after 9. The minutes was free. Yeah. And then the service was buzzing. After 9, everybody phone ringing. Everybody got it. But in the daytime, nobody phone ringing. Yo,
right.
Even a text costs money.
Damn, seriously?
This is how back we go. Yeah, text was like 10 cents a text.
Depending on how long
it would come off your card. It would come off your minute card. Like if you buy the minute card, it would come off of there. You'd be like, damn, stop texting me.
Fucking
yo,
crazy,
stop texting
bro.
me, man. Blowing my shit up. You know what I mean?
Computers too, right? I heard you guys had to pay for
let me
that
tell you
shit?
something. Back in the day, I remember because I'm old enough to remember. I was in high school when the Twin Towers dropped. Rest in peace to all those people.
My dad was there fucking running away from those buildings.
My mother was down there too. So I remember how much computers cost back then because you needed them for certain things. You started, going to school. You needed them for homework and stuff. They would come with everything. Microsoft Word, Microsoft whatever.
Yeah.
It would come fully loaded with. Do you know you go to buy a computer now, it don't come with nothing.
No.
And they don't even sell the program. You got to get a subscription, pay monthly or yearly or something like that, and that's it. You don't get to own the program because it's always evolving. There's always a new one. Oh, we got an update. We got an update, but you got to pay a subscription.
Right.
Things were like $1,000, $1,500 for a brand new computer. Mm-hmm. That's what an iPhone costs.
Right. But at the time, that money was also worth more too, right?
I mean,
like $1,500 back then was like $15,000
back then. No. Yeah. You got to put that in perspective. Like I remember, you could get a lot with $5 in the city. You'd be outside all day.
Yeah.
You could eat
all day with $5.
Dollar slice. If you want to go the candy junk food route, you're gonna get a bag of chips, 5 peanut chews, a quart of water, and you might even get some donut cakes.
Yeah.
Taking it back. You know what I'm saying? Star Crunch cookies and all of that type of stuff. You could really you could come out the grocery store, the bodega, with a black bag over your shoulder with $5. Now, bro, the 25-cent bag's $1. That's
I know what you talk about.
That's almost a 300% 400% increase over the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're right. The money was definitely, it was more to do, but I just still feel like $1,000 would have been $1,000 to me then as it is now. Like, it's $1,000. You know what I'm saying? That's not something if you lose $1,000, you're gonna cry about it.
Oh yeah.
2022 or 1990. You know what I mean? Sure. You're still gonna be like, damn, I lost $1,000. So
be fucking bent about that.
Yeah, but I remember, yo, bro. How about this? When I started driving,
a
gallon of gas was $1.91 or $1.90, something like that.
Damn.
That's how long I've been driving.
I never even seen a $2 tank of gas before.
Nah, just recently. Oh, you mean like $2 flat?
Yeah, I never even seen
pandemic,
$2 flat, bro.
Nah. But in the pandemic, it got low to like $2.40,
$2.30,
$2.40, $2.50 around there. It got low.
$1.90 a gallon, bro?
I remember seeing it when I was walking. When I didn't drive up on a bike, I remember seeing Exxon having it for 90 cents.
What the fuck?
Yeah, $1.50, $1.60, shit like that. It was cheap up until recently. If you think about it, that's only 20, 30 years ago.
Damn,
it's not that long, you know what I mean? It's not that long ago.
Right. So you guys were paying for minutes on the computer too? How did that go? Because
you had landline.
Yeah, landline?
Yeah, people try to call your house and it'd be busy.
And that's for the computer?
For the computer, it had like a phone jack that will go from the computer to the wall. And once you try to get online, phone shut down.
That blue wire, right?
I don't know if it came in a lot of colors, but it had that end that's kind of like the piece that goes into Ethernet cable that goes into the modem.
Blew a hole into my memory.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
When I was younger,
you would hear a crazy sound.
Anytime the phone would ring, the fucking internet would cut off
because it was on the same line.
That's insane.
Well, if you can have it to where it'll cut the internet, and I had it where my mother used to get on my back about being on the internet because none of the calls are coming through.
Right.
It's just busy, and then when I get off the internet, my owner call her and be like, "Yo, I've been calling you for 2 hours. Tell her get off the internet." She'll come over and take the cord. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Damn, son.
Yeah. No Wi-Fi. Thank God for Wi-Fi. Yeah. What would we do without technology? Like, I love it. I feel like I'm at the age where it's like the perfect balance is I remember rotary phone. I had a rotary phone in my house.
Yeah, that's the one where you spin the wheel.
You spin the wheel to the 8. Let it spin back. Now you get to the 4. Let it spin back. Now you get to the 3. Yeah. Listen, man. It wasn't that long ago we used to be in class learning cursive. They don't do that no more.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do calligraphy. We had calligraphy classes.
I could still write in script a little because they
No. I'm not talking about script. I'm talking about calligraphy.
What's the
where they showing you the lowercase g, capital case G, and all that. You really going through the motions with all this.
Oh, we sort of did that, but that shit definitely stopped.
They don't do that no more. They don't
do
no more. They bring in that. My little brother had an iPad.
What were you guys learning about in school? Because we learned a whole bunch of bullshit.
Nah, same thing.
Yeah, I
Pythagorean theorem and
really?
Gettysburg Address garbage.
Shit.
Bunch of stuff that none of that helped you in life.
I heard the home ec classes changed or something like that because I was
at the tail end of that
today, literally writing a check, and I was like, "Does anybody here did they teach you that in school?" And they're like, "Yeah,
business math."
Business math?
Yeah. We had business math in my high school.
Oh, okay.
Where they would teach you W-2s, how to write a check, how to cash a check.
Right.
Basic math. I took that because I didn't want to take trig. Mm-hmm. They had me in trig. I was like, I'm not doing this. This is not necessary.
Yeah, fuck trig.
Trig was horrible, bro. A squared, B squared, C. Nobody needs to know that. You're not going into... What's that stuff Tony Stark does? If you're not going into that...
I don't even know what the fuck...
Yeah. If you ain't going into that, you think about the future and quantum physics and all that. You're not doing that. Why I need to know this?
I failed that fucking test with a 64, man. I passed...
The what? What test?
The
Regents.
Yeah, the Regents test, bro. I fucking...
Hey, I'm sure it's a lot of listeners that failed it too, man. We all failed it, man.
Yo, I had an 82 average, son, for 3 quarters, and I failed the test with a fucking rough. 64.
Dropped the ball in the fourth quarter. That's rough.
Literally, in the fourth quarter.
That's rough.
Yeah, I was tired. Fucking. So why did you start making music?
Initially an outlet. You know what I mean? I feel like you got these feelings, you got these thoughts, you want to get them out. I'm not going. Let me not cap before I start capping. Initially, it's competition.
Right.
It's your peers is doing it. Like I said, I come from a group mentality. It was 8 of us, and still sharp and still. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the toughest. Yo, my bars is the hardest and stuff like that. So it's really competition between peers, and then it turns into we going to this hood, we gonna battle whoever's over here, and you know that's where it comes from, and then it turns into the outlet for your emotions, how you feeling. I really ride around listening to my music. I don't know about the rest of these guys, but you catch me in traffic, you might hear me. I'm gonna be listening to ESTG and all them other guys too, but I'm just saying, it's certain times when you're in your bag, I make songs for that. When I'm in my bag, I can just throw that on and take me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Everybody not me. I don't know what y'all doing. I know what I'm doing.
Right, right. So there was a bunch of rap battles going on at the parks and stuff like that. Is that what you?
Oh
guys
yeah,
get into?
yeah. I mean, ciphers every day. Ciphers every day, just for leisure. We be cutting class and getting into ciphers. You know what I'm saying? I have tracks, whole tracks. I want y'all to have this. As a matter of fact, I don't know when we was gonna get to this, but I'm gonna say it now. I want y'all to have this.
Definitely gonna get to that.
This is we. All right,
That's
so
one of the coolest things.
Yeah, no. We
gonna
gonna
talk about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into this in a little bit, but I say that to say there's a track on here. It's called Classical Vibe. It's about that. What we talking about right now. It's a story. I tell stories. You know what I'm saying? Explaining the whole, beatboxing and everybody rapping and, you ain't gonna say no whack shit. You come outside saying some whack shit, you might not come outside no more.
Yeah.
Or if you come outside, you might be like, nah, I'm good. I don't rap no more. Yo, legendary shit. Legendary shit. Rest in peace, my brother Animal. He had a legendary battle in my hood with Stan Spit. I don't know if y'all know who Stan Spit is. He was in the movie Belly.
I feel like I heard the name.
He was the kid that shot the other kid at the table with DMX when he was in a restaurant.
Okay.
The light-skinned one with the striped shirt.
Okay.
That's Stan Spit. And my man battled him in the park, and he said something. It was in retrospect, when you think about the bar, he said something like, it wasn't really that great, but it was great in the moment. And he shook the hood with it, and it was just like that feeling is what you chased. You wanted everybody to give you that.
You wanted the whole hood to start fucking blowing up. And
everywhere they see you.
Oh my God!
Everywhere they see you, they recite your bars. You like, yeah, I did that. That's what you chased. I don't care if you didn't. If you might have got it once a year. If you got it once, you wanted it again. Like, hold on.
So there was a certain type of respect for when you would just lay down.
Yeah, performance is definitely. I feel like when you writing a song, you in your process, you just getting the feelings out. When you performing that shit,
right?
And by the way, when you in the studio recording it, that's a performance too. So when you performing that shit and you throwing emotions in there, and there's no better feeling. And people can hear what you're saying and relating to what you're saying, and they responding, they reacting. Even if you tell me my shit whack, you reacting because I know you listening.
Right?
You're like, oh, nah, I ain't like that bar right there where you said, oh, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And the reaction is what we in it for. You're not in it for that. I don't know what you're here for.
Okay. So you went to the park, and when was the first time you really just spit some shit where everybody was like, yo, Verge?
I mean, I don't remember it not being the time I opened my mouth to say something and niggas wasn't like, yo, say that again?
So what was the first taste looking like then?
Do I remember them bars? Is what you asking me?
Nah, I don't know if you remember the bars. But do you remember the feeling and the reaction?
The feeling was intoxicating. The feeling was like, yo, I need this some more. Like, it was more like, I've always been a play it cool type of guy. Always like,
right.
I don't show it. You know what I'm saying? I'll feel it, but I don't show. I'm not gonna let you see it. I'm gonna talk about it, but I've always been too cool, and sometimes that played against me. You know what I'm saying? But that feeling is something I've been chasing since the beginning, bro. Like, to get on the stage and have people react and rock with you, even if it's one person in the crowd, if I see you, if we lock eyes and I see you in the crowd and you say a word of what I'm saying,
right.
I'm with you.
Right.
You with me, dog. You gang. You here. You with me now. Now I'm engaging with you for the rest of the show, and I don't care who say what. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of yeah. That's the type of vibe you chase, man. You want everybody want acceptance. Who don't want to be accepted? Who like to go places and be like, oh, everybody don't like me here. This is where I want to be.
That's interesting. I feel like that's kind of lost nowadays.
Everybody want to be accepted. We just don't talk about it. Everybody too cool to say it.
Well, not that part. The how you guys chase the feelings. So how you describe that.
Yo, that's the best way I could sum it up.
Like how you said in the studio when you're recording the song, even that's a performance. Like I feel like a lot of the artists nowadays they're not performing at all times when they have to. You know, I feel like that's something that's been lost. I don't know if it's because like there's no more park ciphers and shit like that.
I don't know, because a lot of good rappers came from not park ciphers. A lot of good rappers, you never hear stories of them being in like battles and stuff like that. They'll get in battles on the mic though, get in the booth and, oh, he dissed me, watch this. Make some good music. I just feel like my personal opinion is, number one, drugs. Number two, too much bravado, too much ego, too much... It's like, look at sports. You can't cross somebody too hard without it being a problem, or dunk on somebody without it being a problem. Like I played sports in high school, so you had to be prepared to get crossed or to get dunked on, because if you playing at a high level, everybody athletic. You're gonna get crossed up eventually. You can't be you think Jordan never got dunked on?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact.
The greatest never got dunked. So the humility. People be too like, don't want to take no loss, and that's why we get to the violence where we at. Like, even though I feel like it's always been violent, probably was worse back in the day, but I just feel like the kids now don't know how to scrap it out.
It's ignorance violence now.
They make ops. They make permanent ops in junior high school. You got a permanent op. I got some of my best friends I had scraps with. So it's like you learn to let go. You learn to be. If you've been in war, you respect peace.
That's a fact. You got siblings, right?
I got 2 siblings.
Bro, I would always fight with my brother. And me and that motherfucker close.
That's your first. But that's how you learn that through them, or you learn that through your brothers on the streets, where you got to go through it with them. I don't want to be around no yes man. I want somebody that's gonna tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me, yo, you bugging right now, bro.
For a fact.
Chill. If you're around somebody always tell you yes, you gotta be careful.
Right.
You better be careful. You better figure out, find a new, yeah, because there's no way, bro. There's no way we're gonna agree on everything. It's impossible.
There's some ulterior motive.
It's impossible, bro. It's impossible.
That's a fact.
So people need more humility. I feel like, man, like take the jab, bro. I feel like the most successful rappers right now are the ones who put all the emotion on their sleeve, like emo rap, or they're not scared to have fun, right, and look like you're having fun. You don't always want to be with the shiesty on, and niggas don't want to see that, bro. 30 guns in the video, shiesty, money stacks. All right, bro.
That shit is old and played out.
Okay, shiesty Von Dirk. Like, I hear you, bro. Okay, that's cool. And shout out to y'all for doing what y'all do, because that's how y'all express yourselves. But we need to do better, bro. We confusing the youth.
The expressions used to be so different, man.
That's a fact.
Changed so much.
Message.
That's what changed. The message. Everything's so dark nowadays. It's so fucking.
And it's so. But that's the thing. It's okay to be dark. You got to put a little medicine in the candy.
Okay.
It's okay to be dark if you're gonna put some medicine. Some of my fondest memories and some of my best life lessons I got from listening to music and understanding, like, all right, well, he not just glorifying the street life, he telling you, yo, you could be addicted to getting the money too, and you become a fiend as well as the fiend you serving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta be witty enough to pick up that I'm not just telling you this because I want to tell you and I think it's cool. I'm telling you this because this is the real. When you somewhere, you gotta say, they say hot water flag on the gate, you don't know what that means, you're gonna learn.
Right.
You miss out on a bird bath, you're going to be tight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a new set of problems you're going to have if you continue to go down this road. That's why we be talking about what we be talking. Like, if you listen to Wu-Tang, you listen to Jay, you listen to Nah, they not just saying the street shit just to be cool. They saying it to get y'all right. Right.
They're putting game into you.
Hove did it, so hopefully you won't have to go through it. Right. I don't want you to go through it, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen along the way. And if you are really out there, you know that shit send chills through you when you hear certain bars. You're like, yo, that shit is real. He was really, it was the real.
You know the difference, yeah.
You could tell, you could spot it from a mile away. Like,
you couldn't even say something like that unless she was really there doing it.
It's a lot of things. I don't care who told you what story. If you wasn't there to experience, you're not going to know what that really means. You know what I mean? It's going to go over your head. People hear it 20 years later and they're like, oh, that's what he meant. I thought he was talking about something else. Yeah, but it was still hot regardless. You know what I'm saying? People just got to catch up.
Right. So tell us about you first getting in the studio. What was that looking like?
How old were you? Yo, I was
because you started.
I want to say 13. That 13 we was recording in Jeff crib. He had the Cool Letter Pro.
Talking about a real studio.
Yeah, no. We at 14 we the older dudes in our neighborhood, they had their own little rap group. They were probably like 3 or 4 years ahead of us, and they was feeling charitable that night. I guess they decided to bring us through. So it was like 19 of us in the studio, and I'm talking about we just threw a beat up. But this is the time where people actually listen to songs that long. There were 3 verses on a song. It would be a 4 or 5 minute song. You're gonna listen to the whole song back then.
Cipher music, everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Even a K-Slate tape, you would get a freestyle. It would be 19 niggas on it. Everybody gonna rap, and you're gonna listen to the whole thing, and you're gonna enjoy it. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it was like at that time, that's what was going on. So that's kind of like what we were doing in there. And man, it was like the booth was like a room a little bigger than this, and mic in the middle, and we were just kind of like, if you ever seen Rap City, The Basement?
Nah, I haven't.
Big Tigger?
To keep it a buck, I haven't.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 22, man.
That's raw. Salute to y'all, though, because y'all still tapped in, you know what I mean? Y'all still in the culture, but back in the day, on BET, Rap City, Big Tigger, they got something called The Basement. We used to bring all the rappers through. Everybody been through there. Cameron, Ludacris, you name it. And it was just, the vibe was like that. It was a dark room, mic in the middle, big window where we're looking into the engineer board and all of that stuff, and we just in there, and it was just like super impressionable for a kid, for a teenager, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I need this. I need some more of this. And you know, that shit costs money. Right. So it's like, it was hard trying to get back to that because back then it wasn't like everybody had a studio. Now everybody got a studio because you could go to Guitar Center and spend $500 and be lit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All you need is a space. So back then we went somewhere in Brooklyn off Atlantic Avenue. I don't even think that place is there no more. It was in a warehouse. You know what I'm saying? It was probably like some local rapper type thing, but I bet some big names came through there because there wasn't a lot of studios to go to. If you wasn't going to the big dogs uptown, you had to go to the local yokels, and that's where we was at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, it was definitely something you chase. The same thing, same as the feeling I was describing before. You get into the booth, you want more. But like I said, it costs money. So now what happens? You go chasing money and you get jammed up. Now you can't go to no studio. It ain't no studio to go to. You know what I'm saying? So you got to run through your course and make your way back, man. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot. It's all through my music, man. I made a lot of mistakes, and I had to pay for my mistakes. I paid my dues. You know what I'm saying? So, and I started at 13 and on. I stopped at my last F was 18, and it took me to 26 to get out of that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, whoa, they tapped me out. They had, UFC, they got the submission.
Yeah.
The judge tapped me out, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want no more of this, man. I can't do this. You gotta learn something. You don't learn nothing, man.
All right, let's take a step back. So from 14 to 18 before you got jammed, how was that looking like? That first time in the stew at 14, did you just soak it up, or were you like
No, I was in it.
You were in it?
Oh, I was in it. It was at that time it became, think about it, you do something every day, it becomes second nature.
Right. So you were in the room and they were like, "You're on now, get on there," and you were just like, "All right, bet."
Not even you're on. It's just we just going. We just think about it like this. You got a little brother?
Nah, I'm the little
So
brother.
you're a little, you ever bother your brother like, yo, I want to play
Yep.
when you were younger than him and he was so it was kind of like we were the group of kids chasing behind these older dudes. They finally let us in. We not playing nice. We coming in here to show y'all what we could do. Oh, y'all fronting on us?
Y'all didn't let us use the mic for this long.
Yo, I'm not
show y'all what it is.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I think somebody hated and burnt the tape or did something like that. Like one of the older niggas, and niggas, I'm gonna put this on my page, and they're gonna know. They're gonna know who they are because they probably still follow me. They probably still fuck with me because I'm good everywhere. One of y'all burnt the tape.
Yeah.
One of y'all got rid of that because it was bad on y'all. The older crowd didn't do what the younger crowd did. That's all I'm saying.
The younger crowd just killed it.
That's
right?
all I'm saying. It was a lot of shock value. Like, remember when Jeremy Lin shook the city? It was like that. What's this? What they said? Run it back. You bring 8 little hoodlums, you know what I'm saying, through the studio and let them do what they do. It might happen. You understand? So it was a legendary night. If you know, you know. If you was there, shout out to you.
So they played this tape or whatever, and then other people heard it, and they were like, "Yo, run that back! These little niggas are cold."
No. The crowd in the studio was acting crazy.
So they got upset off of that.
Somehow it took us forever to get a copy, and that's where the funny shit was at. Like, yo, what y'all doing, bro? Why y'all send it? Why you holding on to that? What's up?
Right.
Somebody got it somewhere. The freestyle. I think my nigga Don D got it on his page or something like that. He got like a Bandcamp or something like that. He might have that on there. But we talking, that's, you can hear the puberty in our voices. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how young we was. Little Bow Wow saying all type of craziness. Think of like that. You know what I mean? But we wasn't talking Little Bow Wow content. But there was something funny going on. I don't know what happened, man. It was a little situation. By the time it got to us, certain verses was gone. Yeah, it was like that. It was like, wait a minute. There was more than one take. What happened? I don't know if it was a money thing. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't even remember who paid for the session. I don't remember none of that. All I remember was getting a call. Not even a call, like a yell. When I say call, I mean like, yo. I'm not talking about a call, like, no. I'm talking about like, yo,
From
pull
down
up.
the block.
Yeah, yo, y'all want to come up? Get on the train with us. We out.
Uh-huh.
Took a train. Come on, bro. Train to a bus to get to a studio. 8 kids and maybe 3-4 older teenagers, 17, 18, and the rest of everybody else was already there. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it was like an announcement made, or somebody calling all cars. Everybody pull up. You know what I mean? We got the session for the night. We got the studio for the night type thing. So, but I don't know what happened, man. Versus is missing. We didn't get the MP3 in time. You know, things kind of lose thunder.
Right.
Especially back then, there's no socials, there's none of that. It's like people just they move on to the next thing. Like, all right, well, nothing happened there, so We back to Cool Edit Pro. You know what I mean? We ain't got money for 40 an hour or 50 and whatever was going on in there. I don't know. Right. Bro, when you don't got no money, you don't even ask. What I'm asking for.
Exactly.
I got no bread.
Exactly.
What I'm asking for. Like,
that's how I feel, at least. I'm not even going to fucking ask if I don't got a dollar. Yo, so what were you guys recording on at that studio? There wasn't even a computer, right? Was it like a tape?
Nah, it wasn't real. No. It was definitely computer. It was definitely, he definitely had a computer. He had desktop back then. It wasn't it wasn't like a Mac or like how y'all got a laptop. It wasn't that. It was like an actual tower.
Oh yeah, he had
with a monitor,
PC tower with the fat computer on it.
Yeah, no, he had a monitor, but the monitor wasn't like it was not flat, but it wasn't like bubble back like how the old Apple would. No.
Shit used to be heavy as fuck.
No, but he had an actual like studio monitor, like kind of like when you walk into a doctor's office and they got some shit playing on the TV and there's no TV. It was just like a monitor. You know what I'm saying? This is 2002, 2003, so it's like they had certain stuff if you had money for it. You know what I mean? But everybody ain't had money for it. It wasn't like it wasn't accessible. It's just people were financially stricken. It wasn't no
right.
Who got money to go get the newest shit? Like,
especially
I feel like
in the area at the time.
Yeah, do you don't even want that? Somebody see it and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's up for you.
Breaking in there, and that's why I was in like a warehouse. Like we had to walk up some rickety stairs on the side of the building. I thought we was gonna fly off of there. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Everybody was running up the shit. That shit was wobbling. I was like, oh, this shit about to come off the building. That shit about to come off the building. I'm like, nah, this is different, bro. That shit was different. And to this day, I remember it vividly, man. Hardwood floors. Shit was shining in there. I was like, oh yeah, they clean up in here. This ain't no, it wasn't no little rinky dinky spot. It was like, all right, this is official. He had a big ass board. You know what I mean? It wasn't no reels though. We was already away from the reels because I remember seeing that where dudes would be going to a studio and it'd be 5, 6 niggas carrying shit. Reels, like actual tape.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like to record or whatever. So we wasn't on that though. We was past that. We was already into the digital world.
Okay, so it was like
MP3s, wave files and shit like that was already existing, but it was more analog. It was more like how that Zoom mixer you got right there. It was like stuff like that. It was a bunch, like he'd have a whole table of stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? NPCs and things like that.
The whole soundboard just fucking mad.
It's basically the same thing. If you do mixing when you in a program, you're looking at digital versions of the hardware of the actual, you know what I mean? The analog stuff. It's just the digital version of it. Like, oh look, that's why the knobs look like that, because they were knobs. You know what I mean? They could just have it to where it's just a bunch of commands and not show you anything, but they're trying to give you the retro feel.
How it used to look.
Yeah, everything is like that, bro. Fashion's like that too. What you think? Skinnies just people's wearing skinnies in the 80s.
Right.
Tight.
Yeah.
Leather.
Michael Jackson tight.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
look
Eddie Murphy with the leather jeans.
Eddie Murphy.
Right?
Leather, red leather.
And the leather gloves, yeah.
Nothing new under the sun. We just running it back. And I'm sure before the 80s, it was another era that was wearing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, nothing new under the sun, man. We just here. We existent.
Right. So it was MP3s at that time? You guys had iPods and shit like that?
We had MP3 players.
You had the Walkmans and shit? The CD ones and stuff?
That was the fire one. If you had the Walkman and went at the anti-skip joint, they had different colors in it. That was the one. That was like, you had one of those, you was lit. But we had MP3 players. We had, I don't think the iPod was there yet. I think it was about to come out when I was in high school, but MP3 players for sure. You would have to load it to a computer. Bro, the process was different. LimeWire. I'm talking Napster.
I remember LimeWire.
Kazaa, whatever it was called. Kazaa. People my age go, no, they go hear what I'm saying. They go like, oh, he took it back. Yeah, we used to be, and then you might download a corrupted file, trash your whole computer. Whole computer got numbers scrolling across the screen. Your shit in the Matrix.
So then what would you do when that shit
You got to
happened?
reboot. Either that or you got to go to the pawn shop and ask Aki to fix you up. Like, yo, listen, you got another motherboard in there I can use? $200 or something. Because back then, pawn shops is more relevant than they are now. I don't know if people even know what those are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then that's my partner right there calling me. I should shout him out.
If he's around the area.
Nah. He in the area, but he ain't pulling up.
All right.
I'm going to just text him. He know what I'm doing. I told him I was on my way here.
Yeah,
I be rapping with him and stuff.
Definitely shout your guy out.
Yeah, my nigga Bogart. Shout out to Bogart.
All right, cool. So then there was the MP3s. You guys had those shits and the
Yeah, we had those. We definitely had CD players. CDs were definitely relevant. I had somebody rob my car. It was like 2004. I'm in the park and shit, you know what I mean? Parked up, windows open. It was a lot of confidence because you in the hood. You in your hood, you get, you feel tough. You like, ain't nobody trying me. I went back to my car with 96 CDs missing.
96?
Yeah, I had a big book, 96.
What was you doing with 96 CDs in your car?
It wasn't, you couldn't really, the Pioneer ain't even had an MP3 jack in the deck. It was, I'm talking about.
Real CD in
all
the
right,
slot.
let me be clear. Yeah, let me be clear. That's what it was. They took the whole book, everything was in there. I had real tapes. I used to go in Circuit City and book them. I used to just put them in my pocket, walk out. I probably single-handedly, hold on, let me look up the statute of limitations.
It's 7 years.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I probably single-handedly put them out of business because they ain't out in business no more. I used to go in there, see albums. Oh shit, Jay-Z Volume 3, scoop.
What was that, a Blockbuster?
Oh yeah, nah. Circuit City was like FYE is like for your entertainment. They got in the mall where they got a bunch of CDs. You just walk around the store. It's like every genre.
So like fucking almost...
pop, rock, jazz, blues, whatever you want.
Okay.
But it's CDs, kind of like the Music Factory used to be back in the day. I don't know if you remember, you're familiar with that Sound Factory, Music Factory. Nah, see, we're taking it back. This is when they had actual record stores. You would go to the store and you'd be like, "Yo, where's the rap? Where's the hip hop? Where's the R&B?" And you would look through CDs and you'd be like, "Oh, there you go. There go Jay. They go Nas. Yeah, let me get that."
They were the CDs or the vinyls?
CDs and vinyls. The vinyls would be on the wall or they'd be in the back, but I'm talking about the CD era. You know what I mean? I had a little run, but that 96 CD, that shit disappeared, bro. Somebody reached in my car, took that shit. Used to be driving and used to have to like take the CD out.
Pop another
Look for one like,
yeah.
oh yeah, let me listen to this. Pop that in real quick, then you back driving. You know what I'm saying? It was different. And not to say, like I said, let me put it in perspective. It's not to say that those decks weren't available. Like you couldn't have something that was like MP3 compatible. Think about the time though. It's like right now, people say, "Oh, all the new cars don't come with CD," but you could still go buy one that has CD. So it's like, think about like, put that in perspective. Like I didn't have the money to get the newest Pioneer. I had the money for the Pioneer that whatever was available. It was like, all right, this shit got MP3. Nah, they don't got that. She got CD. All right, cool. Radio. That's it. Simple deck. You used to have to take the face out because you didn't want nobody looking in there and see your shit and break it in there and taking your joint. So we come from that, bro. We come from that. That's taking it back. CDs, the CD era. That's when the mixtape era, full stream. That's when it got into like piracy and people making money, and then the drama shit came up. So
were people making the mixtapes on those cassette tapes at the time, or was it on the CD? Everybody was burning CDs.
People was burning CDs. You would have big processors that take like, they'll make like 100 CDs in 20 minutes. And they would just package them. They would put like a cheap packaging, little
cellophane wrap in a fucking piece of paper.
3 for $10 on Jamaica Avenue. You could get 10 variations of 4 different mixtapes.
Yeah.
3 for $10 or 4 for $20. And that's when you would have, when you looked at somebody's shit and you seen the paper joint, you knew that those were mixtapes. But when you seen the actual album cover, that's what I used to have. I used to have the whole album because I was stealing them. I was taking the real albums out the store and they would have the whole book.
Yeah.
That shit would be like a real book. Like it's credits in there. You reading all the credits. You seeing like, I remember DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. The whole shit was covered in blood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's artwork. It's more art. They don't do that no more.
Right.
Now it's just
talk about the songs.
Get a picture,
like that.
Put it up, and that's it. It's here today, gone tomorrow. I feel like that's why music was more impressionable because it was like you had something, and that's why I wanted to.
There was a whole story and a backstory. Like if you look at like MF Doom stuff, like how he has the
big facts, man. Shout out to MF Doom. We have
something actually in there. It's not ours. It came from one of our friends.
I think he passed away yesterday or something like that, or today.
Who? MF?
MF Doom, yeah.
I could have sworn he passed like last year or something like that.
No, I mean like the day.
I
think it was like a year yesterday or the year today or something like that. I think it was today. I think it's today.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people post. Yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, he has this vinyl thing. Yeah, let's do that. He has this vinyl. It's the only one I've seen, but I'm sure he has a lot of them because MF Doom was a very creative guy.
Yeah,
but like you take the vinyl out and the sleeve that the vinyl's in has artwork on it. Freaking, it comes with a poster, some backstory on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there was a lot of stuff that was incorporated before. It's like now it's just album cover and songs. Like
people just doing it. People just doing it because they're in the contract.
Right.
To just try and satisfy the contract. I got to get the label 5 more albums. Let me get 5 more covers. 5 more. Meek Mill just posted his. I think that was his album cover for Flamers 5. It was 5 fire emojis. That's the album. That's the album cover. That's the artwork. So I'm like, at least that's what he's insinuating because it had the parental advisory on it and all. I was like, oh, what? That's what we doing now? 5 emojis? I mean, Drake did it.
Drake did it. I was gonna say with the little pregnant girl emoji.
That's one emoji, just different colors of the same emoji. Like it's just, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? To each their own. That's what's working for them. So
Yeah, that's not art. That's something else.
yo, but we to blame, the consumers.
Yeah, we
Give them
are.
a pass. If we give the creator a pass on the product,
They're gonna keep
every
making it.
time they're gonna keep doing it to you.
All right.
If I can sell you this bullshit, why I'm putting in thought? Why I'm putting thought to this? For what?
For
You
real.
don't care. That's another thing. Some people just don't care. They don't want to look at the app. They're like, oh yeah, you paid for it. You should look into like, all right, what does this mean right here? Why did he take this picture like this?
I feel like Apple Music kind of fucked the game up a little bit too,
That's
because
true.
now you have the Apple Music subscription, and then you don't
Yeah.
have to pay for anything. You can
Yeah,
just download whatever
Everything
the
is
fuck
right
you
at your
want.
fingertips too. Every album, everything ever made. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm kind of like, when y'all ready to get into it, I'm gonna get into it. Why my project is the way it is, and the presentation and all of that, because it ties into this. It ties into the whole Apple thing and streaming and the numbers being divvied and how, and it's
All
nasty work.
All right, cool. So
It's
then let's move to
nasty.
the next thing, so we could get into
Okay.
that soon. So now let's say, what are you like? You're like 16, 17. What were the experiences like before you went in, and then after you came out? How was life?
I want to say the biggest, all right, 16, 17, 18, you know, you outside, you're a teenager in the golden era, what they consider the golden era of New York City. Y'all know what was going on. Hey, we don't need to beat a dead horse. Y'all know what was going on. Y'all know what was going on back then.
Moves were being made.
Yeah, right. Well, I left, it was Nextel's, chirps. When I came home, it was iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Camera phones. I was around for the inception. Like the first camera phone they put out was a Motorola. It was a Nextel. It was like a i8 something, i800 65 or some shit like that. Somebody know. Somebody put it in the comments. But that shit took like a grainy, nasty little like a thumbnail picture of you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of picture you would get out of that. Like
Blurry ass
You didn't
photo.
want that picture. You wasn't running around like, oh yeah, go live and stuff. You wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Then I come home and it's like FaceTime. OVO or whatever, Skype.
Uvu and Skype,
What?
yeah.
I'm like, yo, I promise you, my first night home, right? You know, you come home, if somebody make an announcement or somebody know you was coming home, your contact list, people gonna try to contact you by any way. They might come to your house or they might reach out. My little brother Facebook was going crazy. They was hitting his shit. He was getting all these video calls on his computer. I had his computer for like a week. Just trying to talk to people. Like he would come like, yo, I need my computer. I knew he was trying to do a little bastard. He was trying to go beat off and watch Naruto, shit like that. I'm trying to connect with the people you know what I mean? I'm trying to connect with the people he trying to freak off. You know what I mean? So, because he would always hit me like late night, like one of them, like, yo, I need my computer. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I
Go watch
know
your
what you
porn.
about to do.
Yeah, go watch your little porn, my nigga. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you, dog. Shout out to him, though. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass nigga.
That's that brotherly love.
Yeah. Nah. You know, you love him, you hate him. Duality, man.
Yep.
Without one is not the other. So, but yeah, that was like the biggest thing, man. It's like technology took that shit light years. Satellite radio and the phone, bro. The phone had buttons. This shit now is like, that's the first thing you got to get used to. Is like, what the
There's
fuck
no
is-
buttons on it.
You looking at the phone. When I first got a phone, it was some bullshit too. I had like a little bullshit Metro garbage. I don't know what it was.
It was a touchscreen smartphone.
It was a touchscreen smartphone, but it wasn't like, I think it was an LG, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was some small shit too. My big ass hands. I'm like, the fuck? Trying to maneuver this shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. I remember buttons, bro. Like I said earlier, the screen was like a calculator screen. You know what I mean? I caught the tail end of like, or the beginning of the Nextel joints and all of that, and then that's when they went into like color screens, and the Sidekick came out and all of that. I remember Bob the Bouncing Ball, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. But
Bob the Bouncing
yeah, that was a
Ball.
game on the Snake joint and the Bob the Bouncing Ball shit was like popular games on Sidekick and Sidekick 2. T-Mobile shit, niggas know.
Oh my God! My sister had this Sidekick
Yeah.
with the
That
bouncing
shit-
guy.
that shit flipped out. Beep.
She had me fucking jealous.
I didn't have that
got
one.
some
I seen
knockoff
people with it. I didn't have that
BlackBerry.
one. I had the Motorola V100. The shit Fabulous had in the video. That's why I bought it, because I seen Fabulous with it. He had it in the Holla Back Youngin video. He had the blue joint. It was neon. It had neon green lights in it. You know what I'm saying? But the screen was still like, I don't know what they call that, like 32-bit or 16-bit, whatever. It's like the IBM, the old Mac screen. Y'all don't remember that. We used to have computer classes, right? Y'all had computer classes in high school?
Barely, like fucking shitty ass ones. Like, just
You thought that was bad? You thought that was bad? Watch this. We had computer classes where floppy disk was what we used to have to load up into the fucking IBMs. And I don't know if you familiar with what an IBM is.
I don't know what an IBM is, but my dad had
It's the original Mac.
The
It's the Apple.
desk.
Yeah, it's the original Mac. IBM. It's Macintosh.
Oh, okay.
Shit would like the letters would type up, and then the games were so trash. We had games like Oregon Trail and Carmen San Diego where it was like it's like Final Fantasy where you're just telling them what to do and then they do it. You have no control. You just like boop, watching a little thing move somewhere. Like what the fuck? Trash, bro. Trash. That's what we had, bro.
Literally.
In school, that's what we had, bro. Bro, we had the big IBM joints. We used to go into the computer room for a class or whatever. They wasn't teaching us shit in there.
They didn't teach us shit in computer class.
It was almost like they knew by the time you learn this, something new will be out. So it doesn't make sense. This is just for you to wreck. Have wreck and then try Math Blaster and shit like that. Dumb fake learning games where they blast the ball with the 2, you get a 4 and shit like stupid shit. Like this shit don't help you. It's not helping you in life. Like give me some life skills.
Right.
Teach me how to cultivate or plant some food. You know what I mean? Teach me how to survive.
Never done.
Yo, listen, man. Just don't get me started with trades and all of that. Why they took them out of schools? Because that shit is trash.
They're still there, but it's separate now. So
BOCES. Yeah.
BOCES, yeah.
Yeah, I went to BOCES. Shit don't work.
I went.
BOCES, yo, let me tell you something. BOCES is almost like a fake punishment too.
Why?
They put people at like they're like
There's two types of BOCES.
Yeah, there's two types. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you know, BOCES is like a fake punishment. Don't be the trash pro. They don't got nothing over there. Small engine repair. Fake masonry classes, like they ain't even teaching you nothing in there, like, and then you get the certificate. It don't mean nothing in life. You're not going to no foreman with the certificate and saying, "Yo, I'm good at this." You're gonna look like, "Yeah, all right, beat it, dick."
You came from the delinquent BOCES? Yeah, nah, yeah,
bro,
I didn't learn nothing.
I had some papers. I came home. I took a Department of Labor apprenticeship program upstate for like 3 years. It was a chef program.
Right.
I came home with the whole transcript of the program, bro. I tried to go to Chili's on Saxon Ave in Bay Shore. Yeah, shout out to the manager over there. Suck my dick. I walked in there, sat down to interview. I gave him my paperwork. He looked at that shit. He flipped through it. He was like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do with this. Like, bro, we had Chili's, bro. I could cook anything in here. What y'all serving in here? You ain't serving nothing crazy in here. You ain't making no... What are you making back there? Grilled cheese and French fries? Like, nigga, fuck out of here. I had
like Chili's is all frozen food.
Bro,
anyway.
all frozen. It's quick chills. All a bunch of garbage. It ain't no real food. So it was like the brushing me off part about it was like real super disrespectful to me because I'm like, bro, you acting like we in Ruth Chris or something. Like this is Chili's, my guy, and you're the manager. Just look through my shit and see I'm certified to do everything in here.
And some.
Bro, he said, yeah, we don't need you right now. We'll give you a call.
You're overqualified.
Yo, I ain't start getting good jobs, so I started lying on them applications, man. Shout out to the felons. It's a fact. That's the best.
You had to underplay yourself, didn't you?
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. I also I'm a doer. So when I was up north, I was doing shit, getting into programs, getting certificates.
Right.
I was working in the optical industry in another spot, and they taught me how to cut lenses for glasses. I know how to work the machines and all that. I know the name of the machines, everything. I came to a job. There was I seen, you always shopping for anytime you working. Listen, word of advice. When you have a job, don't get too comfortable. Always look and see if they're offering more money for the same position you're doing because you never know.
That's a fact.
So I'm always shooting my resume out. I play the number game. Shoot the resume. I get a call. It's a glasses place. I didn't even know I applied for the shipping and handling because I was driving forklifts at the time. So I applied for like shipping and receiving. And when I get in there to do the interview, I see the spot. It's like a glasses place. I'm like, I felt right at home because I'm like, oh, this looked like the industry I was in. So I'm walking with the dude to the back and he's like, he said some shit and I was like, oh, y'all got a Santinelli? I got a lensometer too. He was like, how you know them? He said, you know how to work that thing? Nobody in the building knew how to use it.
So you were the guy who came out of nowhere who knew what the machine
No. Listen to the story's not over.
Tell us.
Nobody in the building knew how to use the machine. I jumped on the machine. I cut it. I beveled it properly. I beveled it perfectly. The bevel is the cut around the lens that makes it pop and sit into plastic frames.
Right. So they don't glue it or anything.
They don't glue it. They pop it in. If you got plastic, well, those are rimless. So they got like a wire around it. My shit is kind of the same as that. But plastic frames get popped in and you make a bevel. So I used it. It's like a wheel on it, and as it's spinning, it's almost like pottery. You gotta like move this shit while it's spinning high speed. Bro, first lens, he gave me a stock lens. First lens he gave me, I put the pattern in there, I freaked it. They gave me the application. That shit said, you ever been convicted of a felony? I said, yes. They never called me.
Damn.
I never did it again. Any other application, moving forward, I always lied. Shit been working for me for the longest. I don't even work for nobody no more. I'm self-employed now. I own a business.
That's the stupidest shit ever, though. To fucking like, just because you
just
have
because you have a,
felony
they don't even want to get into why
yeah.
and what happened and how long. Bro, my shit was old. By the time I came home, you gotta remember, I caught my shit in 06. I came home in 2012, so it was like, damn, that was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Y'all still trying to penalize me for
trying
that?
to freak your ass for that shit.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You acting like I did something to you. Like, it's a
Right.
personal attack, but that's just how it go. The perception.
Yeah, nah,
They
that
automatically
shit's dumb
assume.
as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? But you know.
Same thing happened to my brother because he had a bunch of felonies and shit. So now he's got a different type of job and stuff, and he's almost working for himself.
I work for myself, bro.
Yeah, that shit is stupid as fuck, man. What do you do for yourself?
Appliance repair.
Appliance repair?
Yeah, I went into HVAC school. When I came out of there, I got into appliance repair by way of refrigeration, fixing refrigerators and shit. So
The HVAC guys make a lot of money, bro. I remember when I was
tap
plumbing.
out though. They got a ceiling too. A lot of them mostly are 25 to 30 an hour, and you got to be like a foreman to make any more than that, or you got to be like goody two shoes with the big boss or something like that, or work for a big company to make more than that. So the real money is in individuality, doing side work, because you have less overhead and you make more money.
Right.
Do less work and make the same amount of money you would working for somebody else. I was most recently working for PC Richard doing appliance repair, and I was doing 55, 60 houses a week, every week.
Right.
Making $1,500, $1,600 a week. I make that doing 10% of the work I used to do for PC. If I do 10 houses a week, it's a lot.
Right.
And I make the same amount of money, so it's like more time. Learning to diversify yourself and like, yo, if I could do less and make more, that's
Why
where
wouldn't
it's
you?
at.
That's a no-brainer.
Bro, that's where it's at.
You guys got to be thinking like that, man.
You're not gonna become a millionaire if you don't diversify yourself. You gotta have money coming in from everywhere. They say the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. If you only got one, where you think you going with that one? You better be making $250,000 a year.
To McDonald's drive-through, that's where you going.
Listen, better be making 6 figures a year if you think you about to save up and rack up. You know what I mean? Saving money is not gonna make you money. Saving money is just money saved.
Right. That's money that's fucking
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money.
It's getting all fucking deflation and shit like that, literally. All right, so was there anything before that, or is that like the next
This is my
piece
latest
of
album.
music?
No, this is my latest album. It came out, I want to say August. I forget because there's so much going on. I forget the exact date because it's not like I put it on Apple. This is only, so basically, we were talking about streams earlier.
Right.
I have a lot of streams and don't get a lot of money.
Right.
And I'm sick of it. So I went DTC, direct to consumer. So this project, you can't get it anywhere. You can only get it from me. You get the physical copy or the digital. The physical, I'm charging $100. The digital, I charge $25.
Right.
If you cop the digital and then you want later you want the physical, you pay $75 more. I made more money off this one album than I did on 3 projects before doing streaming. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not like I made $100,000, but I made my money back tenfold. Bet that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to look at it and say, how much do you value yourself? Number one, you got to have a project, a product that people are willing to buy. You know, I have a rollout, I have my project, and people bought into it, man. USB flash drive with the retro feel. It looks like a cassette tape. It's really not. It's a flash drive. You pop it in, it plays.
Right.
In your car, your computer, anywhere. Anywhere USBs pop in. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like cutting the middleman out. Apple don't do nothing for people, for us.
Nah, the hell no.
When did we negotiate the cut?
You don't.
When did we sit down and say, all right, as an artist, you're going to get 33 cents to the dollar every time a stream happens? You know how much streams you have to get to make any kind of real money? Like, I seen a kid post, he had 47 million streams. His bank said 250,000. 47 million streams?
Damn. That's like,
what does that even mean? I don't even know what
cent a fucking.
I don't even know what consists of one stream. What does it mean that it's one? Does that mean one person played my song one time, or does that mean 10 subscribers played my song? Like, what does it mean?
That's a good ass question.
They're never clear on explaining the breakdown. Even when you go, I use DistroKid. Even when you go in the bank and there's no number to call. There's no real customer service. You got to talk to a bot. They're gonna get to you with generic answers. Oh yeah, click this link. Was that helpful? No, it wasn't. So it's like, at some point, bro, I still release music. Like I do, I got projects that I do with another artist named Bogart. He's kind of like my partner in crime. I released that on a digital streaming platforms because it's like you got to be accessible. You still got to be reachable. So the accessibility of having your music on the apps is the only plus. You could just tell somebody, yo, just look me up. Go on Apple. What you got? Spotify. What you got? Tidal. Whatever you have, you can find me there. You know what I mean? That's fire. But at the same time, we don't get no benefits for this pain we putting in. Right. So it's like at the same time, if you see me, I'm accessible. I can get you the app. I always got a tape. Trunk full of tapes. House full of tapes. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get to the music, I'm not hard to find. Right. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you have to reap some type of benefits, or else you're gonna drive yourself crazy. This is not for the weak.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? If you don't garnish anything from this, you're not gonna last long in this. So it's like you better start positioning yourself for that play where you're gonna make some type of money by way of merch, by way of. That's why I was bigging y'all up on the merch. I'm like, yo, I know where that's going. Y'all gonna make bread. Y'all gonna get money off of that. You know what I'm saying? Once people start buying into it, it's over. It's over. There's no looking back. You know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, this is my latest project, first person. You know what I'm saying? That's me on the cover. I want y'all to have this. This is a gift from me to you. Thank you for having me here. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically the message on this album is these are three perspectives. The first person, that's me. The second person point of view is what they consider your superconscious or your subconscious. That's me in the African schmuck, you know what I mean? The what do they call it? Not the dashiki, but you know what I mean. The conscious look.
That's the bada look.
Right, and then the third person is me, the ignorant me with the blunt in their hand. Like, yeah, this is the person that be talking about shit. They don't know what they talking about. The third person. You want to speak from outside. I got that on my. So basically, the story in here is the perspectives, the point of views. Each song is a different point of view. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I had a song on there called Classical Vibe where I'm talking about the whole rhyming in the parks and how I fell in love with hip hop and beatboxing and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's how I got into production. But I like to do concept albums, bro. I don't just put music together. Right. You know what I'm saying? The album before this was A Holy Soul in Purgatory, where I'm talking about if you know anything about hell, heaven. You ever heard of Dante's Inferno?
I've heard of it, but
they say that's the best depiction of hell. And in the story, it's an Italian writer. He wrote the story. There's a guy in the story. His name is Virgil. He's the tour guide through hell. He's gonna take Dante from hell to get him to purgatory to try to get him to heaven. So that's the story on the album. Is I'm Virgil. I'm your tour guide, trying to take you from hell to purgatory. And from purgatory, you're supposed to wash away your sins and make it to heaven, but I can't make it with you. I stay back, and that's how the story goes. Is I stay back. So it's like every album. You're going to get some story in there. We doing skits, all that. The projects I got with Bogart, with Motion of Discovery Volume 1, Motion of Discovery Volume 2. I met that man in there. So it's like, it was a no-brainer we got to walk you through this, how we met. And it's not like I exchanged numbers with him. When I came home, I didn't know I was going to run into Bogart, but sure as shit, running the Bogart. So it was like some things are just meant to be. Right. This guy was my cellie. We were sharing a cell. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, we didn't exchange information. I went to the box, he went to the box. All right, bro. I see you in traffic. I saw him in traffic, and we got we got 2 albums in. We working on the 3rd one now. We got 6 songs done. You know what I'm saying? Work, man.
He was probably surprised as hell when you seen him out in the street.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely was super surprised to see me there. You know what I'm saying? Where I was at, because it was like his town, not mine. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what the fuck you doing out here? Like, I'm from out west. You know what I'm saying? Even when I moved out here, I was living in like Brentwood, CI area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing him at Ronkonkoma, Lake Grove. He like, what the fuck you doing out here? Because he from Coram, you know what I'm saying? So he was moving and grooving on his side. I guess he was coming from the mall. I was coming from the mall too, type shit. And we just, just bumped into each other. The universe drew us together that day, man. And that's how I went. I got his information, and we've been working ever since. That's a fact. That's my guy, you know what I mean?
So explain the musical process for you. Like, how did that album go? Like, when you were writing it?
Oh, man. This album in particular was very fun to do because it was like I knew I had to do whatever I was doing on this album, whichever direction I wanted to go. I knew I had to do it at high quality. Right. It couldn't have been, I had to pay for some beats on here. I worked with Retrospect. Shout out to Retrospect. He's a producer. Great producer. Made a couple beats on the album. Gutter Beats, my guy since a youth. We grew up together. Right. I feel like I really took my time hand picking the beats. I really took my time with the direction of the album. I didn't just say, hey, let me just make one song and build around it. Nah, no, we got a direction here. We want to tell a story. We want to tell, basically, from my POV, life. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the process was timely too, because in between making this album, I'm dropping albums within that. You know what I'm saying? We dropped 3 albums in the last year. So it's like you just always working, and you got to find time to get back in that bag.
Right.
Because you don't want your album to sound like, all right, it sounds like the first 3 songs he was here, and then the next 3 songs, I don't know where he went. You know what I mean? You want cohesiveness, and that's what I chase. I chase the executive production side of it. I like for people. I want it to be a movie sonically. I want you to hear it, you there. You hear what I'm saying. You're like, oh, I'm here. I'm in here. What's going on? What he said? Run it back. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy to do. But for the most part, the reactions I get when people hear the album, like, they love it. You know what I mean? There are things that stick with them. It's food for thought. You can't put this on a paper plate. It's too heavy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You put these ribs on there, shit might snap.
Right.
So
right through the bottom.
Right through the bottom. You need a ceramic plate, sit down, take your time, kick your feet up and eat this. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is for y'all, man.
This guy sent the fucking
plug that up when y'all get a chance. Spin through it. We got videos for the album on YouTube.
So how does this thing work?
Plug it into any USB. It just starts to play.
USB.
Yeah. Open it up. Take the tape out. See the flash drive on the bottom? Swing it out.
Oh,
so you just plug that into a USB and then it'll just automatically.
You got a USB in your car?
Of course, yeah.
Plug it in. You're going to see it's just going to start playing.
Can I see this real fast?
From one track to the next.
So how do I, like, is there a way to rewind or nothing? Or you just
it'll pop up on your dashboard or whatever, your controls, just like your regular radio. Or if you put it in your computer right now, it's going to pop up in your Windows Media Player or whatever player you have. You know what I'm saying? It's just the files. They'll start playing right away. You feel me?
Yo, this is cool as hell, bro.
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah, it is cool.
What was the point of this? Is this it's just to go back to the roots of back in the day?
To give something tangible to the people.
Right, but I'm saying this cassette itself.
Oh yeah, because it's sporty. That's a sporty look. That's the best look I could have gave you. I could have made it a music card. They had like keychains and stuff like that, but I wanted it to feel like I remember opening my first cassette tape.
Right.
And how it felt like, damn, I'm listening to the music, I'm running it back. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this is fire right here. As a kid, listening to stuff that I wasn't supposed to be listening to. You know what I'm saying? You 8, 9 years old, you listening to hoes and bitches and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't supposed to be listening to this, but the feel, I remember. So when I got the tapes, it just felt nostalgic. When I first got the sample, I was like, nah, this is it. It was like 2 or 3 other ideas I was gonna run with. But when I got that, I was like, nah, this is it right here. I wanted to do vinyls.
Right.
But vinyls
is bread.
Let me tell you something. If people, I know a lot of this ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody to buy too. That's the main reason why I did that, because you could get the digital album for $25, but the physical is not for everybody. That's for my real supporters that's gonna pull up, spend $100. A lot of people had a problem with spending that type of bread, and I understand it. So I knew not to go the vinyl route, because that costs so much. I cannot charge you nothing less than $400 or $500.
Right.
It costs a lot to make. I don't know if you ever tried to make any vinyls. It just costs money to make.
They're
you know what I'm saying?
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, no. You're gonna spend upward in the low thousands. You're gonna spend in production. So it's like, that's not even counting the studio time and videos and all of that other stuff. So it's like, I wanted to give somebody, the people something tangible that was still sporty and still sleek, like having a vinyl, but with a twist. With a twist, yeah, with a twist. Yeah, still cost effective and with a twist. And it's like, yo, I'm telling you, I sold a lot of them things. I posted a lot of the sales. I didn't post a lot of them. You know what I mean? My link tree been going off. Like, I'm not doing bad in sales, man. And I see when Kanye came out with that Slim Sheet, kind of jacked my style, but it's all good because he fell off. You know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of people with the DTC shit, and I'm proud. Like, I want more people to do that, man. Like, let's step away from this. It's not even like, I'm not trying to claim it like, oh, I came out with this. No, I'm just saying it like, yo, we all need to move on that time. Like, if we move away from the app, we could get back to this money. Yo, you know how many records you gotta sell to make $1 million if you charge the right price?
Probably
10,000.
Yeah.
You don't think you could sell 10,000 records?
No, you can. That's way more doable than fucking making 2 cents on it.
It's millions of people in the tri-state, bro. If you get a pocket of people, just a small demographic to fuck with you, 100,000 people, bro, you could live off rap for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's all about the approach. It's all about the approach and the execution. Like, yo, you got to know what and when to do. And I just felt like that this album was the time for that, because I gave people 3 solid albums on the DSPs. Like, yo, go listen to that. If you don't believe I'm worth it, go listen to that, and then you get back to me.
Right.
But if you want this new shit, this is how much it costs. You know what I'm saying? I've gifted it to a lot of people. Like, my favorite rapper growing up has my album. Not too many people could say that.
Who's that?
Graf. Grafh. Yes, Graf from Queens. He's from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to my nigga Graf. You know what I mean? taught me everything I needed to know about hip hop without him even knowing. Just listening to the cadence, listening to the flow, I became a fan instantly, you know what I'm saying, growing up. I'm not saying he was my only rap I listened to, but he was one of the niggas know. This ain't no cap. This ain't me, bigging up some guy. Nah. I got to meet him. That man has my album, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not too many people could say that, man. That's super proud, super bucket list moment for me. Shout out to my peoples that made that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
so is this on the vinyl right here? Is this the actual lineup?
that's the track list, yes.
Okay, cool. So this is the track list for this. This is a cool piece right here, bro. I didn't think I'd probably see anything like this for a while again, if I ever do.
Yeah, that's a like I said, something
This is for
tangible
the
for you to
culture
keep.
right
Yeah,
here.
that's for you to throw on your wall, man, like the purple tape.
This is for the culture right here.
Y'all don't remember the purple tape?
Nah, I don't.
Raekwon and Ghostface, they had the Only Built for Cuban Links, but they called it the purple tape because it was an actual purple tape.
I know both of them, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
So
yeah.
that's kind of like the inspiration from it there is they really had a purple to like people 10 years from now somebody gonna tell me, yo, I remember that flash drive you had, whatever they'll call it. I remember that first person album on the flash drive you had. So it's like you gotta have a paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta leave the cookie crumbs. If you're not doing nothing, why are they gonna support you in 2026?
Right.
You gotta be still working and being innovative. I'm not just putting music out. Like I said, I don't just put music together and drop, bro. Gotta have a direction, gotta have a feeling, gotta have a purpose. Gotta be some type of messages in there, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Put some medicine in the candy.
Right.
They don't want to just eat the medicine. You gotta give them candy with it.
That's a fact.
Gotta have the right balance. A little 70-30, 60-40 type of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Once you do that, they all in. That's when you got them. You know what I'm saying? You can sell whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The people that they're really supporting do it every day. They just put whatever out. And I heard Lil Baby, he came out with a song called Hey. Like, come on, bro. Y'all can't tell me this is innovative. This is groundbreaking stuff he's dropping. And I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, once you got them, they there.
Right.
They're gonna support. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep fighting a good fight.
Right.
Shit is hard, but nobody said it was gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people just make it look good. Some people make it look good like, oh, he doing it, so I could do it, and then they get in and they're like, oh, it ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying? So I support everybody though, man. Everybody do what you do. Everybody keep trying, man.
Yeah, this is part of what the podcast is about. It's about like showcasing yourself, your personality. Because once the people fuck with you, man,
That's
people
it. They
start to
fucking with you.
follow.
Yeah,
Yep.
they fucking with you.
That's it,
So
man.
you got them. Just don't do no clown shit.
What do we got on the necklace? Mom and Pop, right there.
That's me and my mother on the dance floor. This one of the best pictures I had me and my mother. So that's why I got the picture done. But unfortunately for me, one of those best pictures happened to be when I was incarcerated. So there goes that. It's a story for me. It's a reminder, like. Don't get too crazy. There's a slot for everybody. They got a spot for they got a space for everybody to put you. You know what I'm saying? So, friendly reminder, light flex. You know what I'm saying? My mother's still alive though, so it's a little vanity in there. Like, yeah, look, ma, see us. You feel me? But it really honestly is one of the best pictures I have of my mother in her youth. Because think about it, I'm 35 now. My mother 62. You feel me? So it's like
Feel that.
When I was 20 something and she was 40 something, it was like, all right, it was just a good picture. That was a good day. It was a good vibe, and I just went with it, man.
Right.
I was gonna get my man, rest in peace, my man Trav Ford, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna get to that later because I want to do a little more grandesse. You know what I mean? A little more diamonds in that thing. But you gotta start somewhere.
That's a fact.
Word.
So what did that being locked up teach you? Like, what have you learned over the times? Because you're obviously a different person than you were when you first went in.
Them people ain't playing with you, man.
Right.
They not playing with you. They don't care for your reason. They don't care for what you didn't have, what your excuse is.
Right.
And when you get there, you just the same as the next person. You're gonna be 06A 7494. And the next nigga's gonna be 06A 7495.
Right.
You not better than the next man, and it'll humble you, man. I don't care how much money you have. You can't spend it all. You can only spend 55 when you go to the store. I'm maxed out. That's it.
Right.
You got it. You can have 4,000 or 5,000 in your account. You can only spend 55 in 2 weeks. So now what? Sending money I used to do that. Send money to another nigga that didn't have it. Yo, buy this for me, blah, blah, just so my cell could be stacked. You know what I'm saying? So you learn humility. You learn survival skills for sure. Because, it's either going to make you or break you. You're either going to fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? So quick fast you learn like, all right, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be you see people flying in and out of there with scars and came out of there, you know what I'm saying? This is what I used to pray for. Like, that was my main prayer every night was like, yo, please don't let me die in here. Don't let me get cut up crazy every night. And that shit taught me, not for nothing, man. That shit, I got close to my mom's during that time. Because think about it, you outside, you running the streets, you ain't got time to sit down and talk to your mother and find out your history, how you know, how she was with your father and shit like that. So it's like them long phone calls and them visits is 8 hours. What we sitting at the table talking about? Life. You know what I'm saying? That shit taught me patience. That shit taught me to be diplomatic, meaning learn how to deal with the adversary, learn how to sit across somebody that you don't like and not have it boil over. Because nobody wins. Even if you win the fight, you don't win the war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you win the battle, you're not going to win the war. Now both of y'all banged up. You don't know when he going to retaliate. You might catch a new one. You might, you know what I mean? Like, so many different things can spiral out of that. So it's like, learn to be diplomatic. Learn to look at it and say, yo, this is wrong. I was wrong here. Let's move on. If you can't do that, if you can't be diplomatic, it's not a lot of places for you in this world, man. Like, you got to be able to sit with them people that you might not like.
Right.
I'm not saying you got to be buddy with them or friends, but you got to learn to come to an accord, come to an agreement. It's like, yo, we're going to do this. Or you just stay over there, I stay over here, we good. Gangs do it all the time. They do it all the time.
Happened to me this morning, right before this shit. I was hopped up in the bagel store, seen some motherfucker I didn't like. He was like, yo, what's good? I just looked at him. First thought was I should just snuff this motherfucker in the face. My second thought was I got shit to do today. I gotta keep going.
How about that?
Right.
I got shit to do today.
Right.
Every day we got shit to do.
Right.
Don't throw it away for somebody, man. I seen, like I said earlier when I was talking about the twins, I seen it was my shout out my man Rich Nice was in a cell next to me, 25 to life, doing it for his brother. Brother killed somebody and he ran and was going in the wind and they thought it was him. Because they was twins.
Damn.
And he kept his mouth shut, stayed solid, and did the whole 25. The whole thing. I don't even know if he came home yet. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked him up in years, so it's like, I don't know if he came home. But shout out to him, man, for holding it down. Definitely a lot of those. There's a lot of stories in there that's like sad because of honor. You're trying to be honorable. And that's where it's like, yo, that's why they say you don't know who gonna do what until they're in that position. He might have been a gangster in the streets. He hit that courtroom. He thought about it. He said, man, 25, 30? And niggas take the stand. That's why it's like, it's to be celebrated when somebody's honorable, man.
Right.
Gotta celebrate that. You gotta shout out to them guys, man. And no amount of monetary anything is worth your time. It's not like, oh, somebody came home to $5 million and it was like, oh, I'm good. You did a lot of pain and suffering for that 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, it's just a bad thing to be in, man. And it's not to be promoted in a positive way. It's just you want the kids to know, yo, if you doing this
is gonna happen.
Yo, it's real in there, bro. You could fake it out here for a long time. I know a lot of little fakers.
Shit, man.
Where you could see it like, bro, you ain't out here doing nothing crazy, bro. You stop talking 10 gram a night. Fuck out of here. You're not doing nothing crazy out here, bro. Like
10 gram a night.
Yeah, you niggas ain't getting no money out here doing nothing crazy. Like, chill, bro. It's a lot of faking going on. Niggas is faking it until they get in these real positions, and then they're like, what do I do?
Right.
You gotta do it now. What you mean what you do? You gotta be who you are now. Now is the time to be the gangster. When you get them, when you hit that county, that bookings, or you hit that county, when you hit the Yap Hank.
Same energy.
Nigga, you better keep that same energy, bro. Flex in there, nigga.
Right.
Flex, because this is the place to do it. Welcome. You've graduated to the league, to the big league now. Now you here. Now let's just talk. So that's all I'm trying to get to the kids is that I hope they understand. I'm not telling you don't do I'm not judging niggas for what they do, man. If you gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the position to cast no stones of judgment. So I just want you to know, a lot of niggas done lied to you and told you, oh yeah, it's this, it's that. Nah, nigga. You're gonna feel every day. You might not take a shower every day. Right. You're going to see some fighting. You're going to see some stabbing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some chumps in there. You got to learn how to navigate. You could go the wrong way, and I seen dudes lose themselves in there where they go in with 2 years and come out 14 years later because they catch new ones, keep getting in trouble, keep doing dumb shit, don't know how to get right, don't know how to they're like, yo, how do I get out of here? Yo, it can happen to you. That's all I want. And the crazy shit is like, these kids be knowing. They know, because when you say certain shit, they're like, yo, you right, my uncle or my cousin or my father. They be knowing. It's just they need people to remind them, because out of sight, out of mind, those cousins, those uncles, those brothers, they go away.
Right.
And there's nobody here to guide these niggas. You know how they just trying to satisfy a bunch of women, and you know how that go. And shout out to the ladies. I'm not shooting at y'all. I'm just saying. Niggas get caught up trying to satisfy y'all. Try to be the provider. Try to be the, yo, I'm the man. I'm this, I'm that. And then
Player, #1 gangster.
and look what happens. Look where they end up, and then the ladies leave them.
You live by the sword, man. You die by the sword.
It's tough, man.
Right.
It's tough, but that's all I'm trying to do, man, is help people navigate. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm the top navigator, but I done been through some muddy waters and made it up out of that. So it's like, if I could help anybody make it out of anything, that's a plus for me.
Right. So did you have a chip on your shoulder when you first went in? Like, man, nobody's fucking with me. I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? And how long did that last?
Couple days. Yeah.
What happened?
Yo, you get to squabbling.
Somebody, you got in a squabble with somebody?
Let me tell you something. Listen, let me tell you something. You come in, first thing first, you doing all this smoking and drinking. You out of shape, my nigga.
Right.
These niggas in here doing push-ups, dips for fun.
Right.
Oh, you lost in the spades game? Give me 50 push-ups. Oh, the food cart, I bet it comes at 4:30. It came at 4:30. Oh, you owe me 50 push-ups. Niggas will owe you push-ups, nigga. They're playing. That's the currency, nigga.
Right.
Exercise. We out here smoking and drinking. What do you think is gonna happen when you go in there talking crazy?
Get tuned up.
A nigga that might not even could squabble like that is gonna shake you out of your jeans because you tired. You huffing and puffing. So it's gonna take you some while to get acclimated. I'm not super gangster and short and everything. I lost fights. I know my niggas know I lost fights because some of my niggas was with me. So it's like, it's not about, yo, you lost a fight, nigga. Is you gonna fight?
Right.
When this nigga try to take your Timbs, you gonna give him up or you gonna fight?
Right.
Cause niggas gonna respect you if you just shake. If you shake, they like, I don't want to keep shaking with this nigga, man.
Right.
This nigga's,
I'm gonna have to fucking
no,
fight.
he might get lucky.
Yeah.
He might get lucky, beat my ass one time. I might have beat him this time, but next time he might get me. So it's like, and then everybody respects steel. If you willing to put some steel in a nigga, then they can see it though. You can't fake aggression, bro.
Right.
You can't fake it. They gotta see it and know, yo, I'm about to put blood all over this room. And it's gonna be yours.
Right.
Relax. You know what I'm saying? But you run into that brick wall fast, man. You think you're the toughest nigga out, and you may not get a fair shake. Niggas might jump you. You know what I'm saying? They might think like, oh, nah, he really look like he's shake. We're gonna jump on this nigga. We're gonna rock him right to sleep. Walk him to the back of the tier and beat him to the front.
Right.
That's how it go. So you take your lumps and you learn from them, man. And you, like I said, you learn quick.
They targeted you or something because you're a big dude?
I mean, I ain't never had no, bro, I've been a big dude all my life. I ain't never had a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I knew what to expect, but it wasn't even really that because I'm fortunate enough to be loopy in a lot of situations.
So you just knew what was going on.
I knew what was going on because, bro, like I said, I've been doing this since 13, bro.
Right.
Spofford, Horizons, Crossroads. People know them names. You know what time it is. So it's like, unfortunately, I was groomed for. They would tell us, the staff would tell us at 13, look around the room, y'all gonna grow up together. And we did. I saw a kid. Shout out to Krills. I saw him in juvie, and then 10 years later, I saw him in the state. And I was like, oh, shit. That shit fucked my head up because it took me back to that moment.
Right.
When staff told us, you're going to grow up together if I don't get it together. Y'all going to see each other in the big leagues. And that's how it went. So it's like, I was more conditioned than the average guy. It wasn't like, oh, it's my first time in and blah, blah, blah. But it was my first time at one point. And that day was the day I learned that there's tough guys everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Always somebody
There's
tougher
tough
than the
guys
next,
everywhere, and the toughest nigga don't always be the one in the best position.
Right.
Sometimes they don't pay to be the toughest nigga. You're gonna take all the blows.
That's why I was wondering if since you got in there, you're a big guy, they start picking on you or anything. You know?
Nah. Never nothing like that. Nobody never played with me nowhere. No prison, nowhere ever. That's a fact. Nobody could debate that. But that's not to say niggas ain't gonna get into heated. You're gonna play basketball. Right. You're gonna play spades. You're gonna play. A nigga might try to cheat. A nigga might try to fucking stay on the phone too long when you had next. Yo, let me get another click. Nah, not doing that tonight. I gotta talk to Mom Dukes.
Right.
We're gonna shake. That's it. That's all. That's where the line is drawn. It's like you have to know when and when not to be confrontational.
Right.
When and when not to be physical. This ain't the time to talk right now. Niggas say certain shit. There's certain words niggas say to you. It's lit. If you don't do nothing right now, it's lit. It's a party for you later.
Yeah.
So you got to pop off now. And that's, most of it is fear of knowing like, yo, I don't want to be punked. I don't want to be the guy that everybody's trying to attack now because they saw me in a bad situation. Right. So it's like most of that come from fear, and that's most of life, bro. Niggas be scared of being broke. Niggas be scared of being a bum ass nigga. They want to be the flyest nigga everywhere they go. It's like you just got to come to accord with yourself. Be you, man. As long as you be you, you be good at every circle. Okay, where you at? You can be next to killers. I done been in rooms with convicted murderers. And just be you. Be you. It's a different feel in the air when it's 5 niggas in a room and 3 of them is murderers that been down since 1992 and there ain't no protection in here other than yourself. Right. You understand? The guard all the way, God knows where. Did this shit get crazy in here? You better know what you're doing. Have some respect. And it's a lot of respect and humility in there. I feel like the streets lack that. I'm talking about real prison yards. Everything is, pardon me. It's built on excuse respect, me. Yeah, pardon me. Because the minute you out of line, that's it. It's disrespect. We playing for keeps. This is my reputation on the line. This shit gonna follow me for the next 20 years. Right. If I don't smoke your boots right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, that's a fact. This is how it's moving. Yeah. You gotta be like, if you bump into somebody, yo, my bad, bro. Yo, you got this weight. You got this 150 next. You got this 200 next. Let me get it after you. Oh yeah, bro. Know who and who not to deal with too, man. People, places, and things. I learned that from the programs. People, places, and things. That shit gonna take you a long way. Be careful.
If you guys want to keep being tough, man, keep being tough. But
this is just somewhere nasty.
That's reality right there.
You're gonna end up somewhere spicy where you gotta fight for everything, nigga. Right. Your peoples want to send you some sneakers, you better fight for that. Your peoples want to send you some clothes. It's brick. It's brick. You think you felt cold before? Go into the mountains, nigga. Kasaki, Comstock, Green Haven. Go up in the mountains, nigga. It be freezing in that yard. It's all brick around you. The wind get in there, that shit create a vortex and it just be slapping your face every time you spin the yard. So you want to get, and the state ain't giving you a North Face. They giving you some cheap ass chino jacket. You might have a hoodie if you lucky. You know what I'm saying? So when your people send you your Timberlands and your Long Johns and all of that, you want to hold on to that. And guess what?
Somebody's
Psycho Ed over here. Psycho Ed over here. Mom died in '92, so nobody sends him nothing.
He's cold.
He cold.
He's cold as fuck.
Do you want to fight? I told my little brother this. You want to fight for this? I Debo him one day in the crib, took his peanut butter sandwich. Give me this shit.
Yo, my brother used
just
to
show him.
Shit. Yo, he's just 7 years older than me.
That's me. I'm 7 years older than my little brother. Yeah. Just to show him, like, now what? What you want to do? He called my mother. You don't get to do that, nigga. Nah. You don't get to do that. I had to stop her like, no. Life lesson, because he was wilding out, doing dumb shit in the street. I'm like, nigga, you know that shit you did yesterday could land you over here where you was coming to see me? And you got some nigga like me in your face talking about, give me your lemon cookies, nigga. Fuck is wrong? I'm not even asking. Let me get that shit off your tray. Now what? Niggas don't be thinking about that when they outside with the slammer and selling. Come on, bro. Just tell them. That's all I want is for people to just know. So they don't be like, yo, nobody told me. Right. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tells you, because I ain't had nobody tell me. Yeah. Honest to God, I had nobody tell me, yo, I didn't even know what that was, bro. It was too late. By the time I'm 12, 13, I'm super impressionable. I'm seeing some shit that's fly. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So now I just start going to jail. I'm like, all right, bro. Guess I'm a convict. You know what I'm saying? I'm in and out, going to school still, but I'm in and out. Every year I find some shit to get into. You a kid, they might let you out of that shit in 9 months, 8 months. Like, all right, whatever. Yeah. Put him on probation. He be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I just need the kids to know, man, because it's nasty up there, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing they want to be in, man.
It's nasty. And then they put you through the ringer, man. They make you do shit that's just stupid. You take a program in there and you got to come home, take another fucking program. It's the same shit. They treat you like an addict. They want you to confess to stuff that you're not even guilty of. Like, bro, I'm not an addict. I don't come from a family of addict. I'm the black sheep. There's lawyers, doctors, teachers in my family. Like, my mother was a teacher. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, stop trying to paint me out to be this bad guy. Like, what? They literally will make you sit in a meeting and discuss yourself in that light. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a piece of shit. They want to degrade you. Yeah. Strip you down and put you in a room and have everybody talk about you. This is real life. It's called ASAT. They'll put you in the middle of the room, sit you in a chair, and you got to tell your life story. And they want it in detail. They want all the details. Oh, you don't have a crackhead mother? You don't have a crackhead uncle? It seems like you do, because you do a little rough stuff and you do stealing and, huh? Yo, lady, man, I almost got kicked out the program for going back and forth with the counsel lady. Like, yo, I don't come from that type of family. I don't know what you're talking about. Right. I come from a good background. I went to school. You know what I'm saying? When my mother went to work, I started going outside, and that's where I got trapped. That's what happened. That's honest to God what happened. I started going outside, and I fell in love. Yeah. What? Niggas is doing what?
Making money?
It's bitches everywhere. What?
Yeah.
What? Come on, bro. If you was outside 98 to 2002, you know what I'm talking about, man. Summertime was different, nigga. Summertime just smelled electric. You just sniff the air and voltage go through your head. You just, I'm here. Like, what's going on? What's out here? We was drinking St. Ides and Colt 45s and big Dutch Master blunts. We don't even roll no more.
Real block work type thing.
And it was block work. We was smoking Bregs. About a $10 bag of weed. That shit had 19 seeds in it, man, with 40 stems, and it got the whole block high. Everybody was faded. Everybody was on 10. I don't listen, man.
That weed used to be good, even though it was the block back then.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed, man. I don't know what changed in the game as far as that's concerned, but culture, man, was different, man.
That's a fact.
And with the stuff that I wasn't privy to, meaning as a teenager growing up, I try to be that for anybody's kid. Anybody kid I see that's like, yo, you out here wilding or something, I could pull you to the side and talk to you. Like in the gym, I be doing that. When I go to the gym or whatever, I see some young kids and they, you play ball with them, they start gravitating towards you. Like, oh man, this old man's cool. Mm-hmm. I'm an old man now. I'm sorry. Yeah. The kids, the 16s and 17s, they're like, this old man's mad cool. Look, he got the new sneakers. Yeah. We talk to him and shit like that. And I always try to get that message in when they, like I said, you got to put medicine in the candy. When they all enamored by certain shit, oh, look at his chain. He got a nice little pinky ring. Yeah, but you know what it took to get here?
Right.
You got to tell him. And then when you see him doing dumb shit, you got to check him right there. Yo, what are you doing, bro? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? You not built for, I can see you not built for this, bro. You not built for this, bro. Somebody going to do something foul to you and you ain't going to know what happened. Mm-hmm. You're going to be looking stupid. And some people do adapt and turn into monsters. And those are the ones I tell, I don't want that for you, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're going to turn into a box monster and that shit will drive you crazy.
Yeah. Bro, that almost happened to me. Fucking, let's redo the thing. I went to Yacht Pink, and in the first 3 hours, fucking, I almost got into a fucking fist fight with one of the guys. So basically, there was a bunch of people in the room, and they were explaining shit, but they were just like, they were like being bullies about it. Like they were picking on people, like fucking, like just looking at them and be like, sit the fuck up, put your feet together. You know what I'm saying? Like
the COs?
Nah. The
inmates? Oh, they was on bad timing with y'all. That sound like Rikers Island. Like they was trying to put you on a program. Like,
nah, they were just trying to scare us or whatever. Yeah. So fucking, I'm sitting there, and all my life, bro, I've been that type where it's like, I'm not the person to immediately hop in confrontation, but if I see somebody that's like really not about it and they're getting like picked on, like. The first friend I made was there was somebody on the floor getting pushed on the floor. I walked up to him, pushed that guy on the floor. I was like, I want to fight. I was like, fight me.
Yeah, fight me now.
Guy runs away. You know what I'm saying? That was my first friend I ever made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just don't like when it's like, if it's two people like going at it and they're really scrapping.
Yeah, fuck it, let them fight.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? They could shake. You know,
nobody likes a bully, man.
But once it's somebody that's like, please stop and fucking,
leave them alone, bro. Leave them alone.
Over you. That shit gets me a different type of tight. So I didn't say nothing, but the guy seen the look on my face. He's like, oh, you think you fucking tough?
Yeah.
He's like, come back there with me, tough guy. Right? So I went back there with him and I sat down. He sat down. He was like, so why are you acting like that? So I was like, what do you mean? He's like, why you got that fucking stank ass face on your face? Like you look like you want to fight me or some shit. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do. You're disrespecting everybody right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, word. He's like, why are your fucking pants so saggy? He's like, you know what we do to motherfuckers in here with saggy pants, right? And I was like,
oh, this was like a Yes program.
Sort of. So I was in criminal justice. So we had taken a trip out there.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So he's sitting there, and it's him. It's this guy named Beans. Shout out Beans, bro. I fuck with you heavy. Cause listen to this story. So it's this guy Beans, fucking like, I don't know, maybe Mexican or something. Stocky motherfucker. But at the time, I was in football. I was literally lifting every day. I was benching fucking 315 at like 185.
Sturdy. You were sturdy.
I was sturdy. I was deadlifting 405 pounds, fucking squatting almost 600 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably fuck me up, but I'll be all right.
I'll be able to take this. I'm going to be able to take this right here.
Right. So fucking, it was him and this ginormous ass black dude, bro. Like fucking ginormous. And he was like talking about how he got in there. He was selling coke and shit, and like, he bought the whole cafeteria food, like just making OD bread. But anyway, so these two guys were on my ass. They bring me into the back. They asked about my pants after they asked me why I'm looking so tight. I tell them, I'm like, yo, I don't got no fucking money, bro. My parents don't got any money. I don't get no money for nothing. At the time, I was fucking trapping, right? I'm telling them what it is. Like, I just got in trouble for fucking trying to make some money to go hang out like an actual kid at the carnival and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody gave me $1, so I had to hustle for that shit and grab it.
They felt you.
Right? So now they're sitting there and they're like,
They felt you.
right?
So they was like, yo, this kid's all right, man.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, fuck. So Beans immediately, he's like, yo, my bad, bro. He's like, I thought this was something else. He's like, I thought you just thought you were the man, a little hard-ass kid or whatever. He's like, I was about to put you in your place. But he's like, I feel for you, bro. He was like, I was in similar type situations as you, and that's how I ended up in here. He's like, you don't got to go that route and shit like that.
Yo, that shit probably resonated with you more than the screaming and yelling.
That shit hit hard, bro.
That shit hit harder than the screaming and yelling. Like, that's why it's a case.
Handshake.
It's discretion, man. You gotta use discretion. You gotta know it's case by case.
Right. He gave me the handshake, took it down a notch, fucking explained himself, him and his boy and shit like that.
And you rocked with him.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after the teacher was like, what did he say to you? And I was like, none of your business, bro. Like,
he wouldn't have got it anyway.
You didn't even come over to try to
help
tell
me.
Them,
yeah.
You know
chill. Leave my guy alone.
None of that shit.
Don't help me now. Don't come talk to me now.
Don't ask me what they said now.
That's a fact.
Those niggas fucking, he seen them dap me up and it was
He
weird.
wouldn't have got it. He wouldn't have understood.
Weird.
Nah, he wouldn't have understood.
Yeah, it was weird because like you go from getting yelled at to like now they're shaking your hand and shit.
Well, not for nothing. That's because they're the good guys.
Yeah.
Those aren't the guys. They don't let the bad guys come and do that talk.
Nah, I don't think so either.
Nah,
yeah.
the best guy, the guys. Let me tell you something. I've been there because I seen this before. I seen this movie before. The guys who come and do those programs are the guys that like have a rapport with the cops, and they're like, some of them may be like even troublemakers at times, but they're not gonna be always involved. The guys that they always have involved,
risks. Yeah.
Nah, you're not getting those guys. That's why I say they're faking the aggression. That's why those programs don't work.
Nah, they bring some of those guys in there, but those weren't the guys that they wouldn't let those people.
Nah, get in your face and all of that.
They had armed guards on those guys, and they were all cuffed and shit.
Yeah, that's where New York is lacking at. They need to just let it be what it is. If somebody's gonna get a little spit in their face or a little hurt, the kid's gonna get the message more if it's somebody that he can relate to and respect. And you look at him and be like, yo, I really believe this guy. Not some clown that he looks tough, just go in there and yell. That's not gonna work.
Right.
Kids are gonna look at that and be like, what? Fam, what? Yo, get out of my face, bro.
Literally that.
Get out of my face. Yeah, I wanna fight. You heard what he said? Yeah, I wanna fight. Because you're picking on us.
Right.
If he was the real deal gangster, first of all, he would have been screaming and he would have just been more physical with you and you would have got the message. You wouldn't even have felt that way. You'd have just kept your face up like, all right, I don't want Al Capone over here to snap and break my neck. You know what I mean?
I'm a stupid motherfucker, son. Well, not anymore. Now I know how to do that shit. Back in the day, bro, it was let it fly. I came from the Bronx, so it was just like, listen, you want to shake, let's shake.
Like that, yeah, it's like that.
The first fights I got into, it was me getting jumped from people I never even seen or spoke to.
Just hating.
I was doing so much damage that these niggas just ran off of me immediately. Like,
what this out here in Long Island?
Nah, this was back in the Bronx, bro.
Okay,
before I even got out here, so I'm not new to the grime. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a scumbag older brother. My brother,
scumbag older brother.
He's a great guy now.
This is how my little brother talk about me. Scumbag older brother.
He was. There's a lot of times where he would be doing stuff where it just wasn't
honorable.
People, it wasn't honorable. You know what I'm saying? Shit you just wouldn't do. The real run in your house, kick your door in type motherfuckers. Like, he wasn't a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but he grew out of that though. But he grew out of that.
He grew out of that completely.
Good.
Yeah,
it's
been like
progress.
fucking like 5-6 years since he's.
That's what counts, man. And that's the part of the story that's important.
Right.
Not the other. I mean, the other stuff is important too, but the important part of the stories is always that part right there where, yo, bro, you could change.
You can.
You still got time.
Anybody can.
You want ignorant time? Cool. Stay there. Do what you do. But no, this is what come with it. No, this is what, you gonna do that. Yo, you might get 5-6 years for that, nigga. You better know that.
A 30-second fucking decision could end
When I come to court, I don't want to see you surprised.
Right.
I don't want to see you crying surprised. Bro, you knew. You ain't had no money for a lawyer? You ain't had no money? Don't start reaching out now. Yo, right. That shit happened to my man recently where he was reaching out for people to try to help and get a lawyer up. He was out here doing this thing, getting money. Shout out to him. I hope the best for him, but they gave him life. He killed a cop in South Carolina. He's from Brentwood. People probably familiar with the case. They know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he got away with that one.
He killed a cop inadvertently during a traffic stop because he knew he had guns and drugs in the car. He tried to swerve into traffic. The guy it's like a struggle for the key type of thing. The trooper reached in. He swerved in the traffic and hit an 18-wheeler. He died on the scene. So they gave him that. But during his trial, he was trying to fake reach out to people. Like, it's like, nah, bro. They did a GoFundMe for him. Like, it was like a
fucking
an injustice or something. Yeah, like bro, this isn't I'm not putting my money behind, bro. You were on the run with drugs in the car. gun in the car, on your way to Georgia to do I don't know what, and you got stopped and you killed the state trooper on the way, and you want me to have empathy? You my man, but I don't got no empathy for that.
Right.
You put yourself there. After niggas told you to chill. Yo, chill, bro. I can't help you.
Right.
And that's the message I want kids to know is like, yo, when you get there, don't hate the world.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen. Niggas going to turn their back on you.
You got to blame yourself for that shit, man. If you're going to go and you're going to do the dirt, you went and did the dirt. Nobody else fucking made you do the dirt. It's not like the cartel was on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I need people to check that album out. The second one I got, the first song on it is called Omen. And the hook on the song is, if you can't do the crime, don't do the time. I mean, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. No, on the last one.
On the last album?
Holy Soul and Purgatory. If you can't do the time,
don't do it.
Don't do the crime. That is literally the first hook on that album.
Right.
And that's where, because people hear the ignorance and they just think, oh yeah, you out here rapping like the rest of these rappers, you shooting up shit, drug dealing, and nah, I'm only talking about that because that's just real. You know what I mean? Like, not that that's real, it's that it's we really do this. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not that we talk about it because we want to, it's that, what you want me to talk about, banking? Stockbroke? I don't know shit about
fucking listen to you.
Being a doctor.
Yeah.
Fuck you want me to rap about?
Right.
You want to rap about being a teacher and teaching 5th grade social studies? Like, what do you want me to rap about, bro? Chill.
Yeah.
Now hear the message though. Don't just hear the ignorance of my shit. Hear the message. I'm telling these kids to fall back. Or if you're gonna continue to stick your head out the car, expect to get hit. You sticking your head, expect to get hit.
Right.
That shit happens, bro.
Don't say it's the driver's fault when you fucking
don't blame
slap
the world,
into a
bro.
stop sign.
Don't blame the world. Don't blame everybody around you and say, oh, niggas ain't shit. Niggas don't hold niggas down, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that, bro.
Right.
You was out here doing your thing. You wasn't thinking about that, so.
Take accountability for your own actions.
Man. That's it. Accountability. That's the word of the day.
I realized that shit when I was like fucking, I think it was like, I want to say I was like 16. Yeah, so that's outside of the statute of limitations. I'm 22 now. I had this fucking... So, a lot of the times, like how you just described, you get pulled over by somebody, by obviously law enforcement, and there's two options. If you know you're doing wrong, try to flee the scene.
Right.
Or try to play it off like nothing's wrong.
It's a misdemeanor, by the way. If you flee...
It's a felony.
No. Evading the police?
Evasion of police is a felony now. No? They're
going to drop that down.
They'll drop. Okay, you could probably get it dropped down to a misdemeanor.
It's going to get dropped. Everything is trumped up when you get arrested. When you go to court, they're like, all right, we can't get you on this because technically it's not that. We drop it down to the 3rd degree, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it goes.
All right, cool.
If you know anything about the law. Like, when you first get locked up, yeah, you got a murder charge. But by the time you get convicted, it might be manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? The court sorts it out.
Right.
Cops get it done. Courts clean it up and send you on your way. Whoop. Okay. But it's a misdemeanor, y'all.
So the message for the accountability, I'm sitting here and I'm driving. I think I stop at the red light. There's no sign that says fucking I can't make the right on red, so I make the right. I get caught up by D-Tech. I'm like halfway down the street and I just see this motherfucker bend the corner and his lights go on and I'm like, that's me. Right, so I just pull over on the side block real fast. I just park my car. Pulls up behind me. I just take my keys out the ignition. I put them on the dashboard, and I just sit there. And the moment that I had the realization, I'm sitting there with a bag of work, right? A fucking backpack full to the brim of work. 5, 6 different substances, right? Sitting in this fucking backpack. And the only thing I could think is, if I go down, this shit is my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing going through my head besides, damn.
Can't blame nobody.
I fucked up. This is my fault. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
He tried to argue with me about me stopping, but I was just like, okay, you say that's how it is, that's fine. Like, I'll just, I'm not even arguing.
He was like, all right, bro.
Man of the law.
Write the ticket.
So he wrote the ticket and he sent me on my way. Right? Got lucky as fuck, but the whole time I wasn't sitting there trying to blame the fucking red light or the cop. I wasn't trying to argue with the fucking cop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you gotta hold it down.
So the only thing I could think was, this is my fucking fault. I'm the one driving down the street. I'm the one acting like my shit doesn't stink. This is all me. You know what I'm saying? So accountability literally is the big one of the day, because without accountability, you're not going to become a real man, I would say, because a man has to take account for what he does wrong.
Facts.
Right?
That's a big fact.
So is there anything else that you want to tell the audience before we get off?
My shout out my YouTube page, Virgilio Left Lane. Look me up. It's about 14 videos in there. Run through that.
Right.
1-800-Virgilio, that's the Instagram. Underscore after the 1, underscore after the 0.
Right.
Shout out my brother Julio. Heartbreak Julio got his project on the way. Down Bad Records, that's us. DB Appliance Services Inc., that's me. Down Bad Appliances Services. I'm fixing everything, man. Whatever you got, man. Sub-Zero to Samsung. Let me know. Holla at me. Albums on the way, more music on the way, more videos on the way, more content on the way, man. And everybody that's working and doing their thing, shout out to y'all, man. Let's work. Let's work. Shit.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Hot Water Podcast, episode 11. I don't think I read the requirements.
No, you didn't.
I didn't, right?
What's that?
Nah, it's just it's something for anybody who's thinking of like wanting to come on the podcast.
Okay.
I forgot to read this because I was actually excited, man. It's really because I know for a fact that like when I was looking at your videos on Instagram,
I don't even know how I ended up following y'all. I feel like I saw somebody else post something, or I saw it somewhere, and I was just like, hot water. That sound like me. Follow. That sound like, you know what I mean? I know what the hot water. If you know, man. I ain't got to say too much.
Yeah.
Drop a couple honey buns in there and get crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
When I seen it, I automatically knew. I was like, oh, yeah, I fuck with this.
Yeah.
Then I seen the flame. I was like, I fuck with this.
It was an old one, actually, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went back into the post and I was looking for people who liked anything. And I found your name and then I clicked on it. I looked at your stuff and then I was like,
appreciate you.
He sounds like a character that could be on the podcast,
Yeah.
And I looked
that's
into
crazy.
it more and I hit you up.
Yeah.
And, that's how that happened.
That's what's up. Organic.
Yeah, organic. Literally.
Organic.
That's how I want the shit, bro.
And it's lead with love, man. You didn't come on no bullshit. I didn't come on no bullshit.
Yeah.
Respect. That's all it is, bro. Lead with love, man. You ain't gotta, everybody got they gangster. Check that shit at the door, bro.
Right. It's one thing to say something.
Yeah, check that shit at the door.
The camera, but don't
some people just be feeling like they gotta talk to you a certain way.
Right.
Yo, what's poppin', homie?
Yeah. Nah, fuck that.
Fuck that. Bro, you were very clear and concise in what you said. Why would I retaliate? Why would I rebuttal that with like any type of ignorance?
Right. I appreciate.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's guys that I'm sure you had situations like, what is this guy talking about? Why he say that? Like, or how? Sometimes they don't even be what they say, be how they say it. Like, I understand what he's trying to say, but it was a little too aggressive. Like,
right. Yeah.
And you don't want to tell nobody tone it down because now you turn it into a confrontation.
Right.
You tell somebody, yo, you need to tone it down. Watch how you talking to me. Now it's like, oh, word. Watch how you talking to me. What you mean? Watch how you talk.
Yeah,
now
it all depends. If
but
they say something about me, that's different from if they
but we as a people, we need to check that, man. We need to check how we talk to each other.
For sure.
And learn how to talk to each other too. Not just, learn how to just talk to people, man. Like learn how to be able to take, somebody might say something wittier than you in the moment. Learn how to take that loss.
Right.
Don't fly off the handle like, oh, I gotta shoot this nigga. Mm-hmm. He made me feel like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you might not be the snappiest person in the room. Somebody might say you might say a joke and it die, and then somebody come in and say a joke behind you. It might be the same shit, and people laugh. Learn how to live with that loss, that little loss, because it be all those little losses that lead to somebody boiling over.
Right.
They can't take it anymore. Yo, why you always fucked up? You like, whoa, relax.
Right.
Napoleon, chill.
I was just fucking, same old shit every day. You know what I'm saying?
People get tired, bro.
I hear that, man. Yeah, you definitely you live life for sure, and you're not even close to done, man.
Nah.
If you're a recording artist, an engineer, producer, music management, A&R, music lawyers, camera crews, or even event planners, hit us up on Hot Water Records on Instagram and DM us, see if you're a fit for the show. Yeah, that was the little checklist I was talking about.
Okay,
so anybody who
you should have that as a drop. That shit. My man has a podcast. That's what he does. He has this thing. I don't know if y'all familiar with Anchor.
Nah.
He does a podcast off Anchor, and I think Anchor has a thing where they make you, I don't know if they make you or if you get like a credit for it or whatever, but you create a commercial promoting them, like, yo, fuck with Anchor podcast, blah, blah, blah. Right. So he has that like as a drop on his podcast. He just plays it, boop.
That would definitely fucking be easier for me.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it, but I know he has he just presses a button and it plays.
Yeah, we could probably make some type of
like a clip
play or something, yeah.
And just run it, boom.
Yeah, so again, R.I.P. Takeoff, man. That's a fucking very sad one. I heard who was with him? It was Quavo. I heard Quavo might have gotten shot too, actually.
No.
But he didn't get
the last
killed.
report I seen was that Quavo did not get hit at all, and I actually saw a video of him standing over.
I seen that. He was in the red shirt, right?
Right.
With the dreads, yeah.
He was moving. It didn't look like he was hit anywhere. He was just crying.
Fucked up.
No.
Yeah.
He was trying to get help, from what I saw, some was finished right there.
Yeah, he was.
What I saw, he was just laying, like, from what I understand, it was friendly fire, too.
He was pronounced dead at the scene. I didn't hear nothing about that. I heard
They
it was
said he
over
jumped
a dice
up.
game. He jumped up.
He heard Quavo arguing, jumped up, and somebody from the Migos camp was about to shoot somebody on the mob, and he caught the bullet. Yeah. They said he caught bullets from the other guy too, but the first one killed him.
He was in the middle of it.
It's kind of like he jumped into the
In the
yo,
fire,
what's going on? Bow!
Wow, he jumped right into the line of fire.
That's sad, man.
That's fucking crazy. Because out of all people too, I didn't think it'd be motherfucking Takeoff, right?
Yeah,
he was the least. Yeah.
He seemed like the safest bet. As far as like, you book this guy, you know you're not gonna have no problem. Like I seen Offset jump off a stage and punch a fan.
Right.
Superman punch, like, you know, and I think Quavo be outside talking crazy and doing crazy, and he's at the dice game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that you can't play dice, but it's like, yo, bro, maybe that's something humility would have helped in that moment.
You're a fucking celebrity at that point.
You're going back and forth with some regular guy, and he like I said, he get the best of you in a moment, and now you feel like, oh, I gotta say something crazy. Right. Everybody don't want to be topped.
Right.
Learn how to just be like, all right, you got that one.
Right.
Let's move on to the next thing. And also, when you do win, stop dragging it.
Right. Right.
Because you're going to drag somebody into doing something to you. Like, all right, bro, I gave you your kudos.
Yeah.
Act like you've been here before. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop moving like, yo, I ain't never been here before. I'll never be back. Let me gloat in it. Like, nah, bro. I feel like if we all do that, if we all chip in on that, bro, if we all make that little investment every day, the world would be a better place.
You're not wrong.
And we got to lead by example.
I ask that question a lot. What do you think would help make the world a better place? And that's definitely more respect.
Man, universal health care. That's a long list. Yeah. There's a long list of things that'll make us all better. But respect on an individual level, respect, man. Have some respect for your elders. Have some respect because you're gonna get there one day. Have some respect for the people that came before you. Have some respect enough to listen to people when they're trying to help you, even if you feel like they're not.
Have some respect for the cultures you choose to indulge in. Don't
tell me you don't write nothing down and you spitting a bunch of garbage.
Right.
I want to hear that shit. Oh yeah, I come off the top, bro, and then you. I don't want to hear that, bro. I want to go write that down, bro.
Right.
It's not good. It's bad.
Right.
You understand?
You guys, you don't know anything about Italy just because you ate a slice of pizza. You know what I'm saying? You got to check the culture a little deeper than that. But with that being said, man, my guy right here, Virgilio, 1-800-Virgilio. You can find him on Instagram, 1_800_Virgilio on Instagram. Talk to him, DM him, hit him up. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool guy. If you need some advice, maybe, I don't know. I'm not trying to turn him into that guy, but fucking
wallow.
You know?
Trying to turn me into wallow. It's like, yeah, hit me up with your life problems.
Listen, go take a listen to his music, man. I know there's still people out there who respect the culture and could work with music, this guy right here.
Good music. And we write bars for niggas too, man. For you niggas that's, challenge at the pen.
Oh, there you go, man. Right there. Hit them up. You know what I'm saying? Man. Money talks.
Ladies, you too.
Ladies too. Hot Water Podcast, episode 11. Yo, it's been a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Already, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too.